All right, so let's get going. Where we left off last week, you guys had first started your missions as a real guild. You were doing all sorts of side stuff and just going to town, getting things done around the area. You even sent one of your groups off to another town. You guys decided to run an errand for Despina, trying to make up for all the bad blood that had formed between you two. And you did a darn good job. She wanted a bunch of magical mollusks from a cave not too far away. You headed out, got them, killed a bunch of stuff, even managed to take a flail snail out and capture its shell. Barely. You took its shell so that you could experiment on it and do all sorts of fun things with it. And that brings us to this week, where...
Before we do that, are you going to show your face?
I should. I really should.
I mean, I don't care either way, but...
Oh, I could keep everything secret, play it all close to the chest.
You could.
I'm not going to do that. All right, where are we at here? Let me... There's the face.
Beautiful.
That's sure. So, as we get into this week's episode, let's do the cutscene. A dim light trickles down the stairs. Now that the nest has been cleared away, debris tumbles into the area. Ancient celestial glyphs and artwork line the walls here, depicting what appears to be adventurers attempting to overcome challenges in pursuit of some relic or reward. It's always depicted as a bright glowing light, so it's very unclear what this reward may be. However, it appears to be very valuable. Unfortunately, all of these visual stories end the same way for the adventurers. Death. So you guys have had a follow-up week back in town, taking care of business, looking for new jobs. Several came in this week, more than you thought you could handle, so you decided to send one of your teams on a scouting mission instead of a full-on pursuit of the adventure, since it was really only the rumor of a possibility of a creature lurking in the lake to the east. So let's talk about our downtime. Let's start with crafting. What do you guys want to do project-wise? What do you want to do with your roles?
I'd like to build some tables and furniture for the house.
Okay, that's totally cool. We can spend some crafting time to do that. I would say it would take you, depending on the piece of furniture, you could do a table and chairs, a rough table and chairs in a day, a bed in a day. Maybe
probably help. I don't think would probably help you with that.
I would want more than rough, though. I would want at least moderate quality.
Okay.
Of granite back standards.
Granite back standards. So I would say you could, during this week, if you're getting help from Othig, you guys are using crafting points at this time, not gaining crafting points, and you could get 4 nice pieces, moderate pieces of furniture done. And you can decide what kind you want to put where. And that would be
2 beds.
How many days do we have?
You'll have 5 days of downtime, so I'm giving you 2.5, getting a couple of pieces of furniture done here and there.
Yeah, I'd say we do 2 beds and a kitchen table. A larger kitchen table.
2 beds and a kitchen table. All right, and a big table. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I want to be doing.
Did we need a roll, or are we just doing that with?
If you're spending all of your days working on furniture, then you're just spending points at this point. You're not gaining new points because you're actually assembling something. Or
gotcha.
Wait, yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, because you got to spend them. It wouldn't make any sense to spend them. And I'm gonna say,
so we don't earn any.
You don't earn any, or do you? No, you do earn.
Would you want him to roll? And however many rolls, that's...
No, because you can spend your built-up crafting points, too, for this. So, yeah, you can roll your 5 days of crafting, and that's definitely how it works. And I would say for a moderate piece of furniture, it's 30 points of crafting, and then there will be a slight gold investment in it. Oh.
That's not the right one.
Okay, well, Andy, there's 97 from Othig at your disposal, so just let me know what you want to use out of that. If you want to use every 97th one, that's
So you said it was 30 gold piece each?
No,
30 crafting points
30
for
crafting
moderate.
points.
30 crafting points. That's what I meant.
And 4 golden materials for each one. So
we can make 5 things. I figure a long table would probably be 2. Count as 2.
Yep.
So we could do 3 beds and then the long table.
Sure, that sounds fair. 3 beds and a long table, and then so that's.
You're leaving me with 7 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I say? 3 gold a pop for materials? Yeah. So that's 15 gold that you'll have to deduct out of your guild funds or your personal funds, whichever one you want. And then, yeah. Filbert, you're spending your whole time doing that?
No, I would take some downtime, but that's at least a portion of each day.
Okay. All right, so let's give you three crafting rolls then. And you can add that to your pile unless you have something else you want to do.
No, I'm only really good at the one thing, so.
Okay. All right. And Thanik, what would you like to be doing this week?
I want to spend it exclusively crafting. Not crafting. Crafting. Gaining points.
Okay.
Here's my question, though. I don't think we sort of talked about this, but I don't know if we ever had a specific thing that we want to do with it. Since I'm going to be using points for tinkering and enchanting, do you want those to be the same pool? Do you want those to be different pools?
We should probably make those different pools.
Okay. The other question I have is, can I don't have the enchanter's bench or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Can I still gain points from that, or do I have to have that first?
No, because you'd be able to go over to the public area and use their facilities there.
They have an enchanter's table there?
It's really mediocre, but
Okay.
it's got the right kinds of materials there. There's most of enchanting is research until you actually start to put something together. So it's
So that's what I would like to do.
Okay.
And you had said I gotta look. You had said that I get a bonus. Or what? Where is it? That's the wrong person. Jeez. You said that I get a +1 with enchanter's tools. Is that including the ones? Okay. Is that only when I'm using it, or is that for?
That's only when you're using it.
Okay, so I wouldn't get that for the research type thing?
No, yeah, that's fine. You'd get it for that. That works.
Okay, alright, cool. So that would be... I assume that would be an intelligence?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Alright, so I will just roll an Arcana check then and add 5.
Yeah. Hey guys, remember when a sloth almost killed us?
I do. How many days was it? Was it
5 days.
5 or 6 days? Okay.
I remember when the first boss from Final Fantasy VI almost killed me.
Okay. Alright, so that's me.
Alright, cool. So, while you're going about your business, nothing really unusual happens this week, but a handful of news, as normal, does come in. Let's see. The news is the firstborn of Krenshad have now openly blamed the Emperor for the attempted assassination of the delegates and the successful assassination of Thurin Redrock. They have caused a big stir about it. Mostly it has to do with the fact that neither of the other 2 delegates, the emissary from the Empire and the ambassador for the Sphinx's group, neither of them were hit at all. Now, people close to the battle and some of the guards in the building know that this happened because the ambassador for the Sphinx let out a mighty roar that caused fear in all of the assassins, and they couldn't descend upon him, so they just swarmed Thurin and obliterated him. But that's not the way the story's being pushed by the Firstborn. And so, in response to that, they have gone ahead and used that as leverage to hire several different mercenary companies. The dual-bladed spears, which you guys are fairly familiar with, being chief among them, and have taken now the lead in pushing back the Sons of the Sphinx in order to prove to the Empire that they are more fit to rule. Currently, they are cooperating with the official military, and between the two of them, the guerrilla war that's going on has been a little bit more successful for the Empire side. And in other news, Drekken Red Rock was named Clan Patriarch of the Red Rocks. So the Patriarch does now live in your backyard, and it is one of your arch nemesises.
Not for long.
Excellent.
So
That is perfect news. Best news ever. Love it. Frickin' love it.
okay. So that's the news going on. Is there anything you guys want to do in response to the news?
Want to do or are going to do?
Yes, what would you do? Not
Oh,
what.
Dick's definitely drinking some beers over this.
Are there any actions you're taking in response to the news?
Yes, drinking.
Drinking beer. A lot of it.
It's so funny. All right, so you guys go about a normal week then.
I think that's probably what stirs that argument between Phil and Thanak.
Is all of the
fine.
drinking? Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
So that whole business unfolded itself. Thanak and Filbert have this huge argument about the Sphinx and whether or not, they're helpful, and the fact that they stand against the Empire, even if they're not an evil organization, blah, blah, blah. It was royally entertaining for the entire tavern. There's like a massive gathering of people around listening to this, and it was almost like watching a tennis match. The heads just kept going back and forth, and it was such a great argument that the next day the tavern's full again, but nobody there to argue, and so they all just, got drunk and went home, which still makes the innkeeper happy.
Right.
But there's this, that all went on, and no other actions were going on, so let's move on to the exploits of your adventuring guild and the things that you have these guys do. So, who did you send to chase down the lake monster? That was Dal and Skog. So you send these two guys out to hunt down the lake monster, and so the first thing they're going to need to do, they head down to what's the name of that town? Capanis. And they have to investigate, start asking around, see who's seen this thing, gather the rumors. That is going to be a social check for them. So who wants to roll a social check for these two guys?
I'll roll social tech.
You get +2 to your roll for that. Oh, 18. Turns out that's pretty solid for these two, because neither of them are very good at this.
No.
I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not very good at it either. They gather up some rumors, quite a bit. The whole port side of the town is talking about this lake monster, but they now need to make some intuition checks to see what's true and what's not. So, who wants to roll for these two knuckleheads' intuition?
I'll do it.
Well, I should say Dal's pretty smart, but Skog is a barbarian. So, there's that. Oh, that's not bad at all. 14. They're able to sort through most of the rumors. Some of them are just absolutely ridiculous. Dragons living in the lake, and the Kraken is coming to sink the city, and it's stuff like that. But they kind of focus in on the ones surrounding the one boat of fishermen that did go missing. And so they're able to head in the right direction outdoors. Now I'm going to give you guys a choice. Would you want them to take a boat or stay on the shore?
Wait, who is it?
Dalazan and Skog.
A barbarian and a rogue.
rogue.
I would want them to stay on the shore.
Yeah, I mean, how much are they going to argue with each other? Because Skag would totally go in the water.
Well, we want them to recon. Like, I'm afraid if they go out onto the water, this is going to be bad news.
That's true.
Well, they would hire a ship, so they wouldn't be piloting their own boat. There's that. It's not like they're
Still, I don't-
rowboat.
they're not sitting in a rowboat arguing about who's going to row.
No. I still think no. Anyway.
Okay, so they can go from the shore. Then I need an outdoors check. I've kind of lumped some skills together in different categories in order to make me giving bonuses easier.
I got it.
So, that's fantastic. You guys did. You knocked this one out of the park. I didn't think you would do this well on this at all. That's 2 full successes and a partial success. So, as an average, you're going to get a full success on this.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yes, this is your first full success. So they're walking down the shore arguing about this, and they actually see the creature. And it's at first they're not sure of what they're looking at. They're looking down the shoreline, and there's a wrecked boat there, and the air around it is kind of shifty and shimmery, and kind of like almost like heat rising up from sand when the sun's beating down on it. And as they get closer, this thing begins to move. The shifting of the air does, and they realize they're looking at a massive camouflaged crab. It's almost got chameleon-like properties, and it scuttles off into the water, and they watch it splash down into the water, and they swear this thing is about 20 feet around. And as it scuttles away, it grabs the boat and drags it back down under the water. And so they kind of look at each other, and then they begin to argue about whether or not they should try and take this sucker out by themselves. And they default to, well, they know they could, but you told them not to, so they better go home.
They remember the strict orders not to engage
Yes.
in only Scott.
Yep. So good full success, guys. That was so there is a giant
Do they?
crab in the lake. They do. They listen. Did you roll to see if they listened? No, they did.
It's a reminder roll.
So let's talk about the noble's daughter then. So you have this other group that heads off to the town of Marilisi, which is on the north end of the lake, and they're to meet with a noble there whose daughter has been problematic.
Oh, the possessed chick, yeah.
So
I just decided she was possessed.
you decided she's possessed. You're all taking bets on what she's doing when you
We're
get
going
there.
for it.
So they get there and they assess the situation, and they find out that when she falls asleep, she disappears for 8 to 12 hours.
Totally possessed.
She just fades out of existence. You can check around the area where she was laying, and there's no body there, so she's not just invisible. She is gone. And when she comes back, she is unresponsive or feral for about an hour to an hour and a half. So, your group...
And you guys laughed that I sent a fighter to assist.
So, the first thing they need to do
you flat.
is assess the situation. Now, I'm going to give you guys an option with this group here. Do you want them to assess by searching the area or by flexing some social skills?
Oh, not social skills.
Probably searching the area.
All right, make a search check then. Actually, before you do that, this group does have some social skills. Hashel has some social skills. Marilee has some social skills.
I guess.
They're also a fairly perceptive group too, so don't just default to search. They might be pretty equal in this.
No, honestly, I would have them do some social checks, because like the town may have an idea of like when this started and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. All right,
Make it happen.
Danik, make a social check roll. You guys
Oh, there we
You guys
go.
are on point tonight. Phil rolls that out. So that is a full success for asking around town. You ask around town, and you get a story that generations ago, one of the noble's ancestors made a deal with a dark fae. And they were given wealth and property in exchange for it. And the bill was going to come due sooner or later, and the dark fae was going to lay claim to one of their descendants. and you have been convinced that this is what's going on. So, they make preparations to stop the ferry, the dark ferry, from taking the young lady when it returns. So, do you want to attempt to battle it, or do you want to talk to it?
Who's there?
You got Fizzgreen, who's a fighter, Marilee, the wizard, Hashel, the cleric. He's still only level 1, but he is a cleric, and Raki, the drunk monk.
Fight it.
Did you say drunken monk?
Yeah, he's a drunken master monk.
Yeah, I just liked the slang. It was great.
Fight it.
All right.
I mean, that's what Tony yelled out, so anybody else got
No, I
the
think
I like it.
I think the people there would the fight it argument would probably win out.
Okay.
And I feel like talking to it would be fruitless because, if a deal was made, then that's the information that we got.
Mm-hmm.
There's no talking out of it.
Or it's just going to be
Unless they
talked
make
into a
another-
worse deal.
Yeah.
Or it's just going to be talked into a fight.
Okay. So, go ahead and make a combat roll then, and I will add the appropriate bonus to it.
I got it.
That's pretty solid. It's a good fight. The fairy shows up, and Marilee casts a spell that allows everybody to see it. She performs a ritual, basically, to do this, and people go to town fighting this thing. They chase it away. However, when they do, they are pulled into its pocket dimension along with the young lady. They are surrounded by what looks to be gnarled trees and ruined marble buildings, but it's all got decorations that are similar to a dance or a ball. And there are gaunt figures that look like they're on the verge of starvation dancing around the center of this area in unison, and this young lady is dancing as well. However, none of them are. So now they have to get their faculties back together and make a wisdom saving throw to get out of this enchantment. So let me get a wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's terrible. That is not so good. That is a full-on failure. I'll need another one now. You'll be making these till they get out.
Got cheated out of that 19.
That one is just enough, but they come out of this with the young lady reeling, and the young lady is feral against them as she's pulled out. So now we're going into a combat situation. The fairy comes barging out of the gate as well and wants to attack you all, and the young lady's helping them. So you need to this is another combat, and if you do well enough, you cannot harm the girl.
Who's rolling this one?
Luckily,
Adam.
you have a very combat-heavy group. Oh, very nice. Nat 20. So,
There you go, buddy.
dude, you guys are tearing it up tonight.
What a swing.
I mean, that full failure was that one was terrible, but yeah, not so awful. All right, so you have you kill the fairy as it comes out, and as it does, you see all these kind of like motes of streaky light come out of the place where the gateway was and drift off out through the windows into the doors. Hashel kind of assumes that they are the energy of the other people who are trapped in there, and they're hopefully going back to wherever their body is, but he doesn't know. He says, maybe I'll ask Filbert about this later. But yeah, that's a partial success for you guys in that adventure now as well. Very nice. So that leaves...
Maybe we should play with those guys.
That leaves the doggos. The two-tailed dogs that you sent Grummy and Hector and Sky to figure out what the heck's going on with this, and maybe get a cow. Sky is very excited about getting a moo-moo. She keeps calling it the tasty moo-moo. So, they head up, out to the east, not to the west. This farm's off to the west. And then a little bit south, and they get to this farmer's plot where he gave you guys directions to meet him. And When they get there, there is all this barking and snarling coming from the barn. And the farmer comes running up to them and says, I wish you wouldn't have taken so long. And it had only been a couple of days. He's like, they're bigger. And they're angry. And so inside of this barn is a half dozen, now maybe, I don't know, large schnauzer, small, like real poodle-sized dogs, but they're kind of disfigured. It's not just two tails. Some of them have their mouth splits into two mouths. Some of them have 6 legs. They are definitely mutating dogs. And I need a combat roll.
All right, I got it.
All right.
Oh, dude!
Full success on that. Good job. They just run in there and start killing puppies, and it's just it's a slaughter. They're still too small to really do any damage to get past Hector's armor. He just runs in there with his spear and his shield, and the other two kind of flank him from the side, and it just makes a mess out of these things. So now, you talk to the farmer about this, and he talks about how his dog went missing for a few days, came back, she was pregnant, blah, blah, blah. He points them in the right direction that the dog usually ran off to, and so I need a outdoorsman check to see if you can locate where this dog ran off to.
I got it. 9.
9. Not so good. They spend some time out there wandering around, and they actually get jumped by a pack of ferocious dogs. They're fully 2-headed dogs. When they breathe, it looks like shadow comes out of their mouth. These are known as death dogs. And they're a pretty gnarly nightmare for people. And now I need a combat roll at disadvantage because you guys got jumped.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, that goes bad. But not a full failure. It's a partial failure. The group was absolutely not ready for this. They did manage to kill off the death dogs, but Sky is hurt very badly in the ordeal and will now be unusable next week. So Sky is down for the week, and so now you guys need to figure out where the heck these things came from, and so now I need another doors check. Which, that's pretty good. That's alright. So 10 is average. That's a partial success. It takes the group a while, but they get to the area where the dogs were, obviously, where their den was. And Grummy and Hector managed to push some rocks in such a way that the den is built up that it completely collapses in on what looked to be some sort of minor tear in reality that they were slipping through. It wasn't big enough for a medium-sized or a being to get through, but these creatures had obviously come out of this place. So they collapsed the area on it and put an end to the menace. You go back to the farmer, and that is just enough to get your full reward. Yep, full success, partial success, 2 partial failures give you 3 partial successes, and so you're going to get your 50 gold pieces in your cow. Sky is very happy, even in her beat-up condition, that she got a cow. So that's what your group does this week while you're gone. On to you guys. You guys decided to...
Real
go
quick,
ahead. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that I would have contacted the Guardians about the 1T
Okay.
issue.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't need it to go anywhere. I just want to let them. I want them to know that that's going on.
Okay. Sure thing. So you let them know that's going on. There isn't an immediate response to that. You didn't really expect one, so that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. Right? Do I know what that is?
Yeah, you know what that is.
Okay. So you guys, throughout the rest of the week, you start to plan to go on an egg hunting trip. Captain Makos came by and asked if you guys were interested in some work for the military.
It's Easter.
It's Easter. And you are about to go off hunting eggs.
I was really excited about that.
Yeah.
He gives you a small device. He lets you know a few things about hunting griffins. Hunting griffins is obviously kind of dangerous. And they're not after the adults because the adults are very, very hard to break and to domesticate. He's after eggs, which this time of year there will be next to no newborn griffins. They'll all be in eggs getting ready to hatch in about the next month. So he gives you a small magical device, and he tells you what you do with this is you place it on an egg, and it will teleport that egg back to a holding pen.
Oh, okay.
And so you don't have to worry about transporting these really large eggs. He says he kind of smiles. He's like, it's very similar to your chamber pot, only these are going to a nursery for griffin eggs. And so he explains that to you, and he wants to know if you want any other advice for hunting these things or if you think you're ready to go.
I assume that the mothers are going to be nearby.
He said you should assume the mothers and the fathers will be nearby. The males will probably be out hunting, and the mothers probably will not leave the nests until they feel threatened.
Do we, as a group, have any non-lethal ways to remove these griffins?
Well, Mako says that he would prefer, and this is the way they do it, that you use lethal force. Griffins have a tendency to harass travelers, especially when they get out of control, when the population gets too big. And there have been reports, he tells you, of a fairly large flock to the southwest near the Order Monastery that have been seen circling the roadways. Nobody, as far as he knows, has been attacked yet, but this is something they regularly do to keep them from becoming a problem.
Okay. All right, that's fine then. I'm okay with that.
They breed pretty quick, so think of them as the deer of the Kren Empire. Every year you got to go on a hunting trip in order to keep them from just basically parading down the roads.
Wouldn't they be hippogriffs then?
Why? What?
Because hippogriffs are deer.
No. Stop.
Hippogriffs.
Those are parrots. Hippogriffs.
Yeah.
No, hippogriffs are deer.
Parrotins. So he asks if there's anything else you want to know about him. He's going through his, what he's trying to think of.
I feel like we'd take any information.
Yeah, anything.
I can't. I know all of it.
He says,
I can't think of anything specific, but.
All right. Make a persuasion check. You're not actually trying to persuade him, but this is more of jogging his memory of what you guys should know about fighting these things. Some of it's like what he assumes. Yeah, those two are good. Some of it he assumes you guys would just know and figure out. The last things he tells you is do your best not to get caught by a ledge on the hillside because they will throw you off it. And also if you can think of a good way to keep them from flying around and to ground them, you should. Otherwise, they're going to just keep flying by and attacking you as they fly by.
I would ask him if he has any immovable rods.
No, he doesn't. And he's like, boy, what I could do with an immovable rod.
You're right.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Would it be possible for us to get any scrolls of Earthbind?
Earthbind? What level spell?
That's the spell I'm taking as Filbert. It's a druid, sorcerer, warlock, wizard spell. And it binds a creature to the ground. Range is 300 feet, but that will only give me 2 uses of it.
Okay, make a persuasion check on that.
Oh, okay.
For supplies, do we want to pick up some regular nets?
I have the problem with nets
That's
is
good.
they have
That's good, T.
they have a 10-foot range. They're super small.
Yeah.
They are, but You could ready an action as they come to do a flyby to net them. So
Okay, that's
Yeah,
true. I have
that's-
a net,
that's-
so if you want to grab some more, that's fine.
We have 2 nets. I also have a net. I think everybody has a net. I think
Okay.
we bought that many.
Okay. The other question is, do bolos exist in this world?
they sure do.
Are they I've never seen a bolo in any kind of manual.
You,
How-
it's
how?
it's an attack against their armor class. This is how it will work.
Okay.
It does 1d2 damage, but if it's successful, the creature will have to make a dexterity saving throw or be grappled. So, and it's a dexterity throw. So it's like throwing a dart or a dagger or anything of that nature. It's a finesse weapon.
Okay. I think Othig, you have the highest dex, right? I have a 10.
Probably not.
I bet you Mav's got the highest
well-
dex.
I've got 12.
Actually, Mav does not have the highest dex.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Othig's
thought you were pretty low.
got a 12.
I have
Filbert?
a 14.
Filbert's got a 14.
So, I mean, do you need proficiency with this thing?
It's a martial weapon. It's definitely not a simple weapon, so you would need proficiency with martial weapons.
So I think Othig's going to be the only one.
Yeah.
Can we how much are they? Can we grab a couple of them?
Yeah, you can. They're 2 gold a pop.
So let's grab 4, and the 2 of us will have them.
Mm-hmm. And Filbert, the captain smiles. He's like, you know what? The last group that went out took a bunch of those scrolls with them for the purpose you want them for. I think they have some left. And he sends a requisition officer to run back to the military camp, and the next day he will deliver to you 2 scrolls of Earthbind.
Ryan, I spent 4 on my 2.
Okay, I'll spend 4 on my 2 then.
I also put a net in the party loot if one of you wants to take it.
Rod, you take one because I have one.
Okay, I don't have one actually.
Cool. All right.
Well, here you go.
I'll just buy one then.
But by one what?
One net. I'll take the net out of the party loot and buy one.
No, buy buy 2 bolos.
Oh, that's what we're buying. Okay.
Then they're 2 gold each.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else you guys would like to do to prepare?
Do we know if there's anything that will attract or repel these things with either being like bear spray or stuff like that?
Repellent, not so much. Attraction, they will scavenge if it's available. They're hunters, but they act a lot like any bird of prey. If they find a carcass that's fresh enough, they'll gather around it and tear it apart. But as far as like a genuine bait, no.
Okay. Do we know if there's anything that they fear?
Giant eagles, rocks, things that are basically things that are larger than them, things about the same size. Basically, they would attack outright. They wouldn't be afraid of. But things that are larger than them, they still might attack it in large enough groups. They're pretty ferocious.
And they're large creatures?
Yeah, they're large creatures. I don't think a bolo is an actual item. You would have to make it real quick in your inventory.
I will do so.
All right, well, if there's no other preparations you guys can think of, you head out to the southwest. Looking for this pack of griffins that has started to become a problem. I need somebody to make a survival check for me.
Phil's good at those. Is anyone else trained in this?
Hold on, just before we start this, do you guys want to take the shorter trip across the countryside or the longer trip down the road?
What would be the reason to not go on the countryside?
You can get lost. There might be random encounters out there you could run into.
Yeah, I feel like
What's the difference time-wise?
2 days. You'll save 2 days by cutting cross country.
Jeez.
And you said they're hatching within the week?
They'll hatch sometime later this month. It's usually near the end of the second spring moon that they start hatching. So that's why you're getting them now at the beginning of the month.
So we're not at risk of, if we take an extra 2 days, we're not going to be at risk of them all hatched.
Correct. You will cut into some of your potential downtime. I will give you a half day of downtime while you're traveling, because you may camp and spend the evening doing stuff as you go. But you cut more into your time if you take longer.
What do you guys think?
I feel like the longer, safer route for this.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so it is a 5-day trip by road there down into that area, and now I need a survival check at advantage because you don't have a lot of wilderness to cover to find these things.
I'm pretty sure that's you, Tony.
Yep, I was working on it.
Oh, hey, look at that!
Nice.
Hey, look at that.
Nat 20. It takes
You
you
can drop it
almost
15.
no time. It's almost like you guys watch Filbert just very instinctually wander off the road at one point in time. You're just traveling along, and he's doing whatever Filbert's doing, and he just looks off to the side and walks into the wilderness down there about a mile. And there's a lot more trees down in this area of the Empire. It is still very rocky, and so farming isn't really a high potential here, but there's trees that grow up from the crags of the rocks. They're not real big trees. They grow about 15, 20 feet tall tops, but enough to block line of sight in a lot of cases. And he just walks off into these trees and into the tall grass, and then he points up into the sky. He's like, found them, and there are 5 griffins circling nearby.
All right.
Okay. Well, do you want to get some bait for them? Find something to hunt and kill with the dead body, or
strewn about? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. Now, where you guys are at in the Empire, you're hunting about for something, and with Phil's roll, I'm not even going to make you re-roll. I am going to share the North Kren map with you. They fly off towards the mountains pretty quickly here, and you guys should be looking at...
Does anybody own this land, by the way? Is somebody going to get pissed that we are hunting on their lands?
Probably
That we
not.
own anyways? Okay.
and this is not near where the outlaws are.
No, you are far away. I am drawing a map, an arrow on your map where you're at right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
We're all the way over there.
yeah, it's a 5-day trip. That's why, and you can see where Illinois is, where your token was. If you'd have cut diagonally across country, you can see where it saved you a lot of time.
Sure, because
Yeah.
we went through Crenshaw.
Yep. But you guys traveled down through the capital, and nothing exciting happened there. Moved on pretty quick, and now you're there. You do know they fly off to the west. You know that this forest, it's basically the coastline forest. It is going to come to an end real quick, and you're going to be in scrub brush desert. And so, where would you like to set up your bait? In the desert or in the forest?
Jeez, I don't know.
What other animals would be
Yes.
attracted to it in the desert?
You'd have potential for a lot of stuff. Lizards, snakes, things like
Scorpions.
that. Hyenas,
Raffle dogs.
raffle dogs.
Box. So it'd probably be better to set it up in the forest.
Well,
Maybe.
being a
Well-
coastal forest this close to the desert, a lot of those critters are nearby there as well. So it's kind of a toss between the two.
Well, if we put it in the desert, the sun and the heat will help it decay,
Yeah,
which
but
will probably get it stinkier faster and attract
Well,
attention
yeah.
quicker.
Well,
Hey.
the question is are these scavengers, or are these, would they rather have a live meal, or would they rather have a dead meal?
They do either if it's fresh enough.
So,
Let's not put it in the sun where it's going to rot.
Here's a question: how much time do we have to set this up? Because if we would have the time, I think like digging a hole to prevent anything from like directly coming at it could be a good idea.
I could also grow a tree. It's going to take a little while, but I could try.
You could grow a tree?
I could just try. I mean, I don't know that it'll work, but I'm a druid.
Okay. So
I could also pretend to be a dead animal for at least an hour.
Yeah, but you don't smell like a dead animal. That's a problem.
you could
I
pretend to
can
be a
rectify
real
that
animal.
very quickly. Or yeah, I could just pretend to be a real animal.
Yeah, be a bird. Be a medium-sized bird that's flying around up in the sky.
Actually,
I
how about-
can't be a bird.
How about
that's
how
a
about
really
we
good
do this?
idea because he's going to be one of the people that's like hucking a net anyway. So if he does pretend to be an animal, then when it gets close, he can just throw the net out. No, I'm serious.
That's not actually not really a bad idea. How about we, like, here's what we can do. Okay,
Filbert, your bait.
I can
Yeah, basically.
I can cut my hand. I'll drench that in a cloth, and I'll hang that cloth up on one of the trees nearby, so the wind gets that and just takes it, the whiff of that, and then Phil, you can just hang it on the ground like an injured animal.
Yep, that's what I was totally. Yeah.
Okay. So forest or desert?
Forest.
Forest.
Okay. So I'll share the forest map with you.
I can
Phil,
also
are you okay with that?
with Druidcraft, I can also create sensory effects like smells that can drift off on the wind.
Oh, can they really? For how far? For how long?
Instantaneous, and then the instantaneous ones last for 1 second.
This is a pretty legit makeshift plan, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say. It doesn't say how long they last. I'm guessing it's just kind of like a fart in the wind. But if I keep doing it,
But a strong one.
Can you
strong-
do
you
that?
said-
Can you do
Okay.
that while you're a critter?
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I
you
can do that and then turn into a critter.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So
Hey, wait a minute. Who has the dagger?
Sky.
yep.
Ah, dang it. Oh well.
Why?
All right. Because I'm gonna stab myself anyways. I might as well get some use out of it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
We can see those.
you probably can't now, right?
You're correct.
And now you
Correct.
can. So
Correct.
all right, I'll move them around here in a little bit. I just wanted them on the map.
Okay.
So Filbert, we will put him kind of in between these trees here, and you guys will take position hiding not too far off, blocking the wind. If you want to put yourself someplace else, you can. I'm going to move the griffin so they're coming in as a flight here, basically, because you do manage to attract them. It's a good plan. Filbert's role was still carrying over very solidly. You didn't use it on getting an animal, so.
Do you want me to take some hit points?
Yeah, you could take 2. Let's not put
Is everybody rested? Because I wasn't rested from before.
Oh, I can do
not a
that
big
for you
deal.
real quick. I don't know how I can never put things in a square. It's just mind boggling.
You never
to me.
do it.
I know
It's
I
pretty
never
impressive.
I never ever managed to do it. It always looks like they're in a square, but they're just not. And let me give you guys a long rest.
I feel like I never would because they can snap to not on squares. So it's like you've got a 50-50 chance, I feel like.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to roll initiatives for the critters here, and you can go ahead and roll initiatives for yourselves. You guys can roll an advantage, too, if you want, because of the plan.
Okay. Sweet.
I need mine changed back to 17, please.
All right.
That's
Oh yeah, me too. Can I have 12 again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
At least you got your one out of the way, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'll take it.
Hey, Thanik, why are you restrained?
Oh, because of... Yeah, please take that off me. Thank you.
Yep.
Did you trip over your net?
Yeah, I did.
No, I hit him with that last time with the spider webs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just hugging the tree so tight.
All right. So you guys have moved a little bit on the main map there. You're now at the edge of the desert. All right. So you guys, check this out. You see this flight of griffins coming in. Filbert, go ahead and be whatever animal you want to be.
Hey guys, should I be a spider or a snake?
A snake?
I mean, which one is the better fighter?
The spider's a better fighter, but the snake has the grapple. The spider has the webs, though.
Well, if the spider's the better fighter, pick that one. Which one?
Okay, spider it is.
Oh, yeah, probably the spider because if it's got the webs.
Yeah. Because you can shoot the webs, right?
Yep.
How far can you shoot them?
But 30, 60.
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah, definitely the spider then.
All right. Filbert is flopping around like a wounded spider. You guys, after a little bit of time, see all this, see the shadows coming in on the horizon, and then you see this flight of griffins coming in, and somewhere in the background, Flight of the Valkyries is playing as they descend upon you. And
I just like to point out that he does a really good job playing as a wounded spider because we've seen plenty of those recently.
Yep. So, Filbert, you're up as this thing comes into range. It's getting closer to you. If you'd like to hit it further out, you absolutely can, or you can attack them further out as they come in. This is just kind of where they're set up for now.
So that one is that close to me?
No, you can launch your attack because you're first in initiative whenever you want. So as soon as one hits that 30-foot range, you can blast it.
On it.
But 2 is the one in the front. So if that's the one you want to get first, then
It is.
all right. You will hit the griffin, and it needs to make a saving throw. What's the DC on that? It probably doesn't matter.
It doesn't get to make a saving throw. It is automatically restricted. It is restrained.
Okay.
Which means that whatever falling speed it's falling at, it's probably going to hit the ground at.
Yes, it is. I'm already rolling falling damage for it. So.
And I will just kind of sidestep it and prepare myself for the next one.
Okay. Griffin 2 takes 37 points of falling damage as it smashes into the ground and nails a tree. And so
Filbert will do his best Othig impression, but he's a spider, and just like spider yell, "You getting it?"
okay. I have put Griffin 2 under Griffin 4.
I think that's Thanik that yells that very well.
No, it's coming out like a.
You're getting it! Yeah, you do it way better.
And so, let's see. That's going to bring up Griffin 5, who's way back here, and he is going to zoom in and attack the spider that just shot at its... Brendan, it's going to do the flyby. It doesn't have flyby. I thought these guys had flyby.
Actually, Thanik's thing can be you're getting it, and Othig's will be by St. Cain's beard.
Filbert, this thing comes down and it critically hits you with its claws for only 11 damage. Sorry, I should have dragged that on you and I didn't. Yep. And that's what it's doing. Othig, you're up.
Sweet. Okay, so that first one is...
The one that's sideways is on the ground and it is currently restrained. And it's hurt pretty bad.
Sucker. Alright, I'm going to net number 5.
Okay. So you'll have to get quite a bit closer. You have to be within 10 feet of it to use a net. And then because I don't play with normal net rules, I am not going to impose disadvantage on you for the attack. But you do need to make an attack roll with a net. That's a very good attack roll.
Nice.
So you hit the griffin with the net, and it is restrained. Or it's grappled. It can try and get free next round. Griffin 3 is going to come zooming into Othig. You can take a pop shot at it if you want as it comes flying down on you.
Heck yes.
Shouldn't it technically like take more damage?
Oh,
if
whoops.
it's
That was the
charging?
wrong one, but I suppose that's my roll anyway.
Yeah. And it misses you with its claws as it lands. Thanak, you're up.
Sucker.
So I will try and net number 3. So that's 5, 10, 15. Okay. There. And we'll try to net number 3. Disastrously miss.
Yeah. It gets caught on just one of its wings, and it beats its wing off and flings your net off to the side.
All right.
Griffin 4 is going to fly in and go after the spider. Does
Griffin,
15 hit your spider, Phil?
That wasn't number 4.
Yeah, you moved number 2.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, that's okay. Now I can properly replace him where he's at. Actually, he's way the heck back here. He just crashed bad. Filbert, 15 hit your AC as a spider?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Spider.
Okay. This one bites at you instead of slashes at you, and he will get you for 7. Mav, you're up.
Mav is going to relocate over to here, and then tell my compatriots that they are doing a marvelous job and bless their work.
Oh, very nice.
The spider's also not looking good.
Well, spider.
Yeah. Hey, if you go out of spider form, does the web go away too?
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right.
All right, and this one's going to fly around and go after Mav.
Oh, come on.
You are the closest target to it, and it's going to tragically miss you with a 6.
How does it miss?
I mean, sorry, a 10. It's a 4 plus 6 is 10, and it still misses you. So, and 2 needs to try and get out of the webs. What's the DC on that, T? I don't think I'm going to make it, but an 11.
Will not succeed.
Okay, he is still stuck in the webs, flopping around back there, hurt bad, freaking out. He's just shrieking. Your turn, man. Filbert's up.
So Filbert's going to roll to see if he gets his weapon. He will not. So which one's closest to me at the moment?
Well, you got 2.
4 and 5.
Yeah, you got 2 right in front of you.
Person that's eating me.
5 is grappled by the net, restrained by the net.
I'm going to attack the one that is not restrained then, and I will bite it. I will hit it and deal 10 points of piercing damage, and I will make it make a Constitution saving.
Okay.
Let's see.
It will
succeeded, so it will take half damage from my poison damage. Which it did already? It automatically did? No? Yes?
No, it did not.
Okay, so you'll have that.
Okay. Where's he at? That was number 4.
And it is not paralyzed.
All right. So Griffin 5 is restrained. He can't do anything. He is going to make a strength check to get out of the net. And, oh my gosh, that's a 2 on the dice. It is still flopping around in the net. Othig, you're up.
Okay. Those bolos will restrain.
Yes. But that is a thrown weapon, and you do have something in melee with you, which would give you disadvantage.
Okay.
Yep.
It's an action, though?
It is an action.
Okay. Well, I'm going to throw it at Griffin 1, then.
Okay. You have a disadvantage on your throw.
Oh, even if it's at 1, that's...
Yep. As long as there's
just
something harassing you in melee, you have disadvantage.
Alright, never mind. I'm going to attack number 3, then.
That'll do.
Nice. Oh,
But it gets
that's right,
re-rolled.
because you can reroll. That's right.
All right, you go to town on number 3 with the dual glaive. Carve him up pretty good. And now it is his turn. So he is going to make a beak attack at you and a claw attack at you. What's your AC currently, Othig?
16.
He is going to miss you with both.
Sweet.
Thanik.
I'm gonna move here. But I'm still gonna attack number 3.
Okay. Nice. You guys are rolling really well tonight, except for that net throw. That was not so
seriously.
good.
And that's it for me.
All right, Griffin 4 is going after the spider friend. Does 12 hit you, T?
That will miss.
Dang. And a 9 then will definitely miss. Mav.
Mav will provoke the attack of opportunity as he comes this way.
That's a nat 1.
Jeez.
I seriously, it's been weeks since I rolled well. And then an 11 for a recovery.
And then this guy, he's going to toll the dead.
And be successful. Bong. And you nail him. All right, Griffin 1 is up. It is now going to get in on that spider action.
Ooh, can I take that attack?
You sure can. It only gets one attack. It will hit you for 21 on the dice, and then very nice.
Max hit.
I'll take it.
Nice. 16
That's
points of damage.
Very
on
nice
him.
damage.
And the spider is hit for 5 points of damage, which I believe is enough to drop Filbert out of spider
I'm
form.
no longer a spider.
Okay.
And let's see, Griffin 2 is this poor guy back here in the spider webs. And he is going to attempt to get out. And that is a 2 on the dice. Even plus 6 is an 8.
Oh my god.
Okay, Phil, you're up.
He just got dazed when he hit the ground. It was too debilitating.
Yeah. He's concussed.
He's concussed.
Griffin 2 is the one that hit the ground real hard.
Yeah, the guy way back there. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
What?
What? I just wanted to make sure I knew which one was which. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna use infestation on number 3.
Okay.
And nothing will happen.
All right.
So that's my action. I don't think I have anything I can or want to use as a bonus action. So I think I'm just gonna turn back into a spider.
All right. Filbert goes back into spider form, and 5 is going to attempt to get out of the net again. And not. Othig, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to continue to attack number 3. I can't believe that hit.
It's that bless, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another crit. Number 3 is looking real bad. Real bad. It is now its turn, and it is going to attempt to leave. Anybody like to make an attack of opportunity on it?
That's not. I will.
No, I mean, I will, yeah.
Do it.
So terrible damage.
Oh,
There it is. Nice.
barely.
Yeah.
Yep. So it tries to take flight, and you whop it, and it drops to the ground.
Was that just enough?
It was
just enough.
just enough.
Oh, gosh, dude. Nice one.
All right, so Griffin 4 is going to take a bite and a claw at the Spidey. And that's a hit, and then a nat 1. The claw's a nat 1 with the recovery. So the bite is going to dig into our spider friend here for... Whoo,
Can I have my turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't have your turn.
Thanks.
Yeah, war gong.
Look at you.
Thanks.
Critical war gonging hit.
Critical war gong. I'm gonna go after number 4. Yeah. Which one? Wait, hold on. Wounded.
You have advantage on 5.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go after 5. Am I gonna have to roll that, or will it automatically do it?
I don't think he's listed as
It
restrained.
doesn't have a target,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Jeez, it's a good thing.
All right.
All right.
So then Griffin 4 goes and does the damage to the spider. And Mav, it's your turn.
Mav is going to toll the dead.
And you'll get it. Boom.
Nice.
Big damage. 1 is going to attack the spider. And miss. And miss. 12 and a 10. No good. 2. Is 2 going to get up or not? 2 is going to get up. Finally, he uses his action and breaks free of the webs. And he is going to use his movement to fly the heck out of here. He's gone.
Oh, what? How far away is he?
30 feet. Do you want to...
Oh, that's all the farther away he is?
He'd probably be closer to that because you webbed him at 30 feet and then he crashed. I'd put him at 15 then.
Is he heading towards us or heading away from us?
No, he's leaving.
Oh, okay. I'm going to move away from the 2 here and move over here.
So you're going to take 2 attacks of opportunity?
Well, yep.
The first one pays out well for you, but the second one does not. It is a critical hit. For a lot of damage. 17
That's
points
okay.
of damage.
I'm not a spider anymore. And I'm going to cast Earthbind on the one that just left
Oh. Okay. I will
using one of the scrolls. So that'll be that.
Yeah, what was he at? He was at... Okay. So I'll
Bring him back.
Put him back on the board. He is
Well,
now...
he'd still make his distance, however long he made it, but it's got a 300-foot range.
Oh, gosh.
So he just falls out of the sky.
Okay, yeah, then he's going to die. I thought you were... Okay, yep. He's done. So, bleh.
Poor guy.
All right.
Yeah, it does say that they safely descend to the ground.
Oh, it does?
Yep, it specifically says their speed is reduced to 0 for the spell's duration. An airborne creature affected by the spell safely descends at 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground.
Okay. How long does that last?
A minute. It's concentration,
Okay.
which is the reason I was moving. I'm not... Yeah, so there you go.
Okay, well, it is 100 feet away. It's 80 feet away from you right now.
So I will. Yep. So that'll be my. I don't think I have a bonus action worth using because I used the scroll for that.
Okay.
Is this a bonus action? Oh. Is anybody hurt in our party currently?
You.
Well, yeah, because I got swamped on as a spider a bunch. I'm going to cast Healing Spirit on myself.
That'd be 2 spells.
Yep.
I used the scroll for the action, and then I'm using my bonus action to cast a spell.
I don't know if
You
that
can't-
works that way.
What it always says before. As long as I didn't cast a spell, I can still cast a leveled spell, right? Because Healing Spirit's a bonus action.
I don't know, to be honest. We
Oh.
very, very rarely use scrolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the using an item is an action.
I'm checking it real quick.
Okay.
Andy's already halfway done.
I'm sure he is.
Right, because it's the same as using a staff or using anything like a wand. You can use wands and staves as your action, and then still cast a spell if you have the ability.
I can't find a good answer. So for now, I'm going to go with it. Sure. Works.
Okay.
Healing Spirit is out and about. And let's see, that's Griffin 5's turn then. What's he doing? Where's he at?
He's in the net.
He's in the net. That's terrible net. Nets are dumb. And he finally breaks free of the net. Othig, you're up.
Okay, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, so 1 second to reassess. Doesn't really matter.
Now would be the time to throw some bolos.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. No. I could just-
Maybe. No.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna perform pincer
Nice.
Alright.
Which one are you pincering?
on number 5.
Number 5. Othig, Thanak, you have advantage on.
I'll take it.
Can you make it that far from where you're at? Because you can't move through their space. Where were you? 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can. You can make it there.
Yep. Got 5 feet to spare, even now, because of my sandals.
Because you got boots. You got quick feet.
Quick feet. Happy feet. Alright, that was a hit.
Oh,
Yes!
max damage.
You might not need pincer.
That's another hit.
Nice.
4. Yeah. All right. So you lay into number 5 pretty good. It's hurt. Not liking it. It's not liking what's going on. Thanak, you're up, and you have advantage on 5.
Oh, good. I needed it.
Nice.
Alright. And that's it.
That's Griffin 4's turn. Who's it going to attack? Thanak, even or odd?
I was totally going to tell you you should move into that gap.
Oh, but then I wouldn't have had pincer, would I?
Well, you can move after. You're still, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? You could have
Yeah,
attacked and then moved after.
But I didn't. So we'll do odds.
All right. So Thanak is going to get Othig's going to get attacked by 4. And it's going to miss, and it's going to miss. That's stupid. Mav, you're up.
Well, he is going to toll the dead on number 5.
Draw the dad.
That's gonna do
Oh,
it. Oh, you missed. Too bad.
it's going to succeed.
Okay. Bummer.
That is unfortunate.
So Griffin 1 is going to walk forward and lay 2 attacks at Thanak. You are at 17 right now, correct?
I'm at 17 right now.
Alright, so he's going to hit you once and miss you once. He's going to tear into you for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And let's see, who do we got left? Griffin 6. Oh, that's the guy that fell out of the sky. How long does it take for him to float to the ground?
So it was
He defends at 60 feet per round. So 60 feet at the casting of the spell, and then another 60 feet per round.
Okay. He hits the ground this round, and he can't fly, so then he is going to run 30 feet. And so...
It doesn't take fall damage because it's slow.
Because it's slow.
Right, correct.
But he just keeps hitting the ground after trying to fly.
He wouldn't have fallen 80 feet because he flew up at an angle and went 80 feet, so he would have fallen down. He'd have flown almost straight up to get out of range. So let's put him at 60 feet away from you guys right now.
Griffin must feel totally useless.
I do want to fix something. I couldn't have cast Healing Spirit anyway because it's a concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
So I already fixed the healing on there that I would be concentrating on the Griffin.
Got it. That didn't even cross my mind. So
It crossed mine, so I fixed it.
I appreciate that. Phil, it's your turn.
I'm concentrating on the Griffin that's running away. I'm going to go get him. I think. No, wait. This one right next to me is really upset with me.
Yes, he is. That Griffin, though, after doing the math, he is only 60 feet away from you right now. So I don't know if you have a spell that can reach that far.
I do. I do have a spell that can reach that far. I don't. I'm pretty sure. Wait. Yes. Create bonfire. I'm a light. Oh, that's also concentration. Dang it. I don't have a spell that can reach that far. That's not concentration. So I'm gonna Thunder Wave 5 and 4 instead.
Isn't that going to hit Othig?
I plead the 5th.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Boom.
Alright. You blast that whole area with thunder damage, and Othig, you take a walloping of thunder damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just gonna claim I didn't see him. Yeah. That's what I got.
Alright. Philbert,
Yeah.
this thing is going to turn on you since you just blasted it with some magic. And
Go away.
oh, does 14 hit you?
It does not.
Alright, so it misses you with its beak, and then it goes to claw at you, and I have just rolled like my 7th nat 1 for the night.
Holy cow.
Yeah, there's a recovery, but I'm okay. Othig, you're up.
Othig, the Griffin just exploded at you.
I don't think it was the Griffin that exploded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, Oh man, alright, gonna try something. I'm gonna do my regular attack at number 4 and a butt swing at 5.
Trying for the double kill.
Yes. Well, at least this sort of follow-up.
Yeah, Thanik, I was totally going to cast that at you, but I was like, he's already broken a little bit, and he's right there. I just don't want to do that.
Thanks.
Yes!
And your plan pays off. You lay the big hit in on number 4, and you butt swing and kill number 6.
Actually, I'm going to move a little bit more than that.
Okay. Thanak, you're up.
If I cast the spell in melee, do I get disadvantage?
Yes, you do.
If it's a ranged spell, I believe it's disadvantage. If it's a melee spell, you don't, I believe.
Yep, that's accurate. They don't get advantage on a saving throw though if you have a spell that does a saving throw.
Yeah. No, I was gonna try to get the other griffin, but.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm still gonna go after number 4. Yikes!
No,
Oh,
not this time.
Not this time.
All right, so number 4 is going to turn on you since you just attacked it, and 22 will hit you, and 10 will not. So he tears into you with his beak, ripping at your arm, trying to pull it off, and he doesn't, obviously, but he gets you for 7. Mav, you're up. Stumbly Bum Griffin is now 60 feet away from you. Keeps trying to get up into the air and can't.
Stumblebum.
so Stumblebun he's restrained.
No, he's just his flying speed's been removed. He's got magical loops of energy that are weighing him to the ground, kind of like sonic rings.
You said he's 60 feet.
60 feet.
Toll the Dead.
Oh, that's a nat 1 on Toll the Dead, and enough to kill him as he runs away.
Nice.
His friends are all like, "Oh, dude." All right.
Yeah, then we're just gonna go here.
All right. Griffin 1
Let's stack up.
is going to attempt to leave the area. Do you guys want to hit it?
Yeah.
Of course.
If
I can't, so go for it.
oh yeah, then I'm definitely going to.
Why can't you?
Because I used my reaction.
On what?
My ward.
Oh,
I just automatically put it up as soon as I was getting attacked.
got it. Okay. So that one takes flight and takes off 80 feet into the air, almost straight up.
Oh, goody.
And Filbert, that's your turn.
Silver doesn't like that it's leaving, so he's going to use the other scroll and cast Earthbind. Get back down here, birdie.
And it is now hovering 20 feet above the ground. It will on its turn.
Yep.
Othig, you're up.
Sweet. That's heavy. I don't think I need to use pen.
Oh no! Nat 1. Followed by a 7, so you got a recovery. You're good.
Oh.
But a nat 20 on the butt swing for 9 points of damage.
Are these beasts? Are these animals?
No, they're monstrosities.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Thanak, you're up.
Yikes.
Wow, just barely missed it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use second wind.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Griffin 4 is now trying to take off. You guys...
Can't do anything.
Griffin 4 can?
I said I can't do anything.
he
That was
can't.
me saying
Yes.
I can't do anything. But you two can hit it.
Yep,
Yeah, I'll let him.
you can both make attacks of opportunity on it.
Yep, I can't.
Why can't you?
I already used my just last round. Used my
You
reaction
had
on number
you
one.
had your turn since then.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You just went. You
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get
Oh,
your
wow,
reaction
yeah.
back on your turn, so you're good.
No, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the. I wasn't even looking at my token. Never mind.
You can kill it. It's all you.
I will try.
You
Yes.
got it. Nice. Okay. Mav, you're up.
Mav would like to toll the dead once it's within range.
Yep. It's within range. It's how far is Toll the Dead?
60 feet,
Okay, you can hold your action till the dead's just a cantrip. So
pretty much.
Yep, on its turn it fails the saving throw and you blast it. This poor griffin's just beating its wings and looking around just terrified at what's happening to it as it slowly comes further down, closer and closer to you. Othig, this round it's going to come into range of you. No, you already used your reaction though. So you cannot hit it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Alright.
force movement.
It is force movement. So it hits
Oh,
the
yeah,
ground
that's force.
and it's going to... Who's it want to bite? Othig, even or odd?
Odd.
All right, it's gonna bite Thanok.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
It
I got
will
more health. That's fine.
get you with its beak for 9 and attempt to claw at you and get you with its claw. Actually hit with
Jeez.
both attacks first time for 12. That's its turn. Filbert!
What was the damage 12 total?
9 and 12, so 21 total.
Jeez.
21.
Cow.
Filbert's gonna walk up to it. He's gonna grab it by the face and just press his face against its and just yell at it, "Be my friend, or you'll end up like your friends." And I'll shake its head real violently. I've seen people do this. I don't know how it works, but I've seen them do it. Can I try?
I think that elicits the Griffin's reaction, doesn't it?
I am concentrating on a spell that's holding it to the ground, so I didn't know if that would help.
Make an animal handling check at disadvantage. If you succeed, you'll have to make an intimidation check at disadvantage. No.
That's good. That's all right, right?
No.
Dude, an 8 total.
This creature is in a mad panic. It's you grabbed its face and it looked so terrified of you that you don't think it could understand any concepts other than leave me alone.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that happened at disadvantage, but it failed. Oh, thing. I'm not targeting you. I'll fix it. I got it. And then I'll just, while holding onto his face, cast Thunderwave.
Jeez.
And I will say again, be my friend.
It doesn't want to be your friend. It just
I
wants
feel like I'm Alec talking to Eddie right now.
it just wants to get away.
Oh, it's not going to, though.
No, probably not.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Bring in them all.
Yep.
All right, Thanok. Thanok clobbers it.
I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting it.
For stabbing me in the face.
By St. Cain's beard.
And you guys managed to put down the last of the, what you assume to be the male griffins based off of what Captain Makos told you.
If you hold on, everybody. Oh, well, there's that.
Oh, thanks.
Slightly better.
I'll take it.
Phil's doing it like a 6. Nope.
1, 2, 3.
Jeez.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Cool. Very well done.
All right. Does anybody want to do anything else?
Oh, thanks.
I can collect my net, right?
Your net was torn to shreds by this thing getting out.
Okay.
Can we shove these birds into that bag to send them back to
No.
Makos?
These are huge. No, they're not huge, but they're large creatures. It's not a bag. It's a little, ring that you put on the tip of the egg.
Oh.
And the ring teleports.
Hey, Mike,
Do
can
we
I
know
grab
if
my
there's
net?
anything we can collect off of these guys?
You know that griffin feathers in pristine, really good-looking feathers can sell for a lot, but you beat the tar out of these things pretty good. You're typically looking to get a pristine griffin feather, pulling it from a nest. I mean, you can make a survival check to see if you can pick a couple up.
Oh, all right, cool.
But
17.
Yeah, you can have 2 of them. You know they sell for about 5 gold apiece.
Sweet.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
can I get my net?
Yeah, you can get your net because your net didn't actually catch anything.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys know these things were coming somewhere from the west. They have a pretty large territory range, but you saw them coming in. It looked like they made a direct flight from the tips of the mountains there where they stick out into the desert. So you got a pretty good idea of where their nesting grounds should be. So I'm guessing you guys want to head that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait, do we want to take... Oh, never mind. I was going to ask if we wanted to take a short rest, but we're all...
I would like to.
Yeah, but you healed me, so...
Right,
Filbert
but
gets his shapes
I would
back.
like to get my animal forms back. And you get your second wind back.
I do.
If we take a short rest, I wouldn't have healed you. I assume that we were going to continue right on.
Phil would like to take a short rest because he gets his animal forms back.
Okay. Well, I'll count the healing that Mav did as hit dice then. You guys can have a little bit of a bonus. That's fine. Not too big of a deal.
Well, I'll still use the healer kit. I just won't use my spell.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine. You can fix that then.
So what would... You healed me for 10?
10. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So it looks like it's several hours travel to the base of the mountains there. And these mountains, the Krenish mountains here, the fingers they call them, at where they stick out like this, they're steep. They almost shoot up out of the ground. And you get to where you think the griffins came from. Phil, give me another survival check as you try to narrow out where these things are coming from.
Okie dokie.
Oh, snap.
Nice. That's a good second wind.
Nice.
Filbert, yeah, 21. That's a great survival check. So you look up into the hillside and you actually see a griffin. It's right at the edge of your vision. It's hovering around what looks to be an outcropping of rock up on a mountainside. And let me share that map with you.
Okay.
All right, that's what you guys are looking at there.
For some reason, when that first popped up, I thought it said Her Majesty's boots.
No, that actually should say that. Griffin Roost.
Yes, now it says that. It said Griffin boots.
Griffin boots. Dude, you know you want some Griffin boots.
Dude, I want some Griffin boots.
Ooh, some flying boots would be amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you guys are looking at maybe a 3,000-foot cliff.
Oh, good.
It's a little over a half a mile up from the bottom, and it's pretty straight up to where you see that Griffin Roost. And as you guys get there, Phil directed you in the right place. As you get to the base of this cliffside, looking up, you see every once in a while one comes out, flies around, and then goes right back to where it is, almost like it's looking for something.
It's looking for a bolo to the face!
Guys, obviously, the answer is to make ourselves bait to be brought up into the nest.
That's
Or
good.
possibly
I don't like you. You baited me twice now.
Do we just all tie ourselves together with rope in a jumbled mess and just get picked up by multiple griffins? Is that what you're thinking?
That sounds like a terrible way to die, though.
Griffin pasta salad?
3,000 feet up and let go.
Yeah, this sounds pretty bad.
So how do you guys want to approach this problem? You're pretty sure the nests are up there.
Well, I get the feeling that if we climb this, we're just going to be picked off by the Griffin.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
We got our climber kits, right?
You do have your climber kits.
So if we stay relatively close to each other and just try to, like, safely ascend.
Do we want to do it farther away from them? And then...
That's probably a good idea as well. And then I think we probably want to choose, like, what formation we want to go up in, because there's not going to be really moving around since we're going to be harnessed off. If we do get attacked, like, we're going to be stuck almost in place, I feel.
Well, we should make sure... I think you and I should be the anchors. Because we're the strongest ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
I
be a
have
spider and
range.
just climb up the wall, so...
What'd you say?
I can be a spider and just climb up the wall as well.
You feel like it would probably take you your entire hour to get there in spider form, Phil.
Oh yeah, never mind.
So you probably don't want to use it in that fashion.
Well, let's get to climbing.
All right, Phil, make another survival check for me as you look for an adequate place to climb, a decent ways away from these guys. That's good. Phil finds a pretty good spot to climb up. There's a lot of turns and switchbacks, but it's very ledgy where he takes you up. And I will need 2 athletics checks from you guys. You have climber's kits on, so they are at advantage.
It's legendary.
2 from each of us.
Yep.
$11 and 11.
Jeez, thank the Lord.
For advantage.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
advantage for sure.
There were a lot of bad rolls in there.
Dropped a 4
Yeah, I dropped
and a 1.
Yeah.
Dropped a 4 and a 1.
All right. Phil, that second roll of yours is below a 10. I need Thanak to make a strength saving throw to try and keep Phil from tumbling off the side. Oh, not a problem. You see Phil start to go, and you just yank that rope and slam him back into the cliff and just look at him and give him a "what are you doing, boy" face. And you guys make your way up the rest of it. And then you make your way...
Othic thinks about the lightning wave and smile.
You make your way up onto the top of the mountain, and these mountains are almost plateauish at their tops in nature, with a lot of rocks that stick up very crag-like and tooth-like here and there. And you get a good look at the griffin's roost, and you're kind of taken aback by it because you realize this place isn't natural. It is carved in the shape of a giant eagle. And there are several nests in there, and on each of those nests you do see a roosting griffin. The one of them gets up and patrols around every once in a while, but it always goes back to its nest. So here's what we're going to do. If you guys want to try and engage them all at one time, you can, but the mothers are not going to leave their nests until they're attacked. Even if it means letting another mother get attacked. So I'm going to have each of you guys make a d20 roll for me to see how well this goes for you, and we will just call this a luck challenge. So 18 for Thanak, 15 for Othig, 8 for Mav, and 18 for Phil. It's not a pleasant task because, these creatures are afraid and they're protecting their young, but you muddle through it knowing that this is actually helping everything in the environment in the long run. Mav, you do get clawed at once pretty solidly. One of the griffins takes flight, swoops around, and catches you, and you're going to take 8 points of slashing damage from one of them. But that's it. Other than that, you guys, the way you pincer them off and fight them off, you handle it. And you've cleared the plateau.
Nice. So, ring time.
Ring time. You start ringing the eggs. It's really cool how it works. It's
Ringing the eggs. Ding! Oh, this was broke.
you put the ring on the top of it, and it slides out around the whole egg and then slips back on the bottom, and when it hits the bottom, the egg disappears.
Nice.
So you slip that over all of the eggs, and you transport back 14 griffin eggs in good condition. Everybody make perception checks for me.
Hey, Mike, is this about the shape of the plateau?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you something about weight.
Thanak.
That's keeping me fit.
Wow. Thanak, Othig.
Okay, I'll ask anyway, even though my roll was terrible. I was going to ask if it looks like, since we're dwarves, if it looks like this was man-made, or if it looks like the beasts actually happened to somehow carve this out.
Oh, you can make a check on that independently if you want. Yeah, you don't have to do a perception check. None of you are masons, though, correct? So you're not stonework dwarves?
Correct.
Correct. So it's just a regular perception check then on the stone.
Okay, I'll make one for that.
Phil, you find a bunch of stuff in one nest.
That's what I'm good at.
Gosh, you can't tell. Looking at the ground is uneven, but the feather parts of it are just. You feel like this had to have been carved by somebody, but man, you just don't know. Filbert, you're over near this big nest where the alpha griffin was, the alpha mother griffin, and there's a body in there. It's buried under some of the sticks and things like that, but there is definitely a corpse in there.
I would like to assess the situation.
What's that mean? Like,
I'm diving in and just looking for crap.
okay, you start trying to dive in and get at this body, and the entire nest collapses in the back as you start to try and pull him free, and it dumps you into a stairwell leading down.
I will continue as if nothing abnormal has happened.
You guys kind of all watch Filbert tip over, and you see him disappear in the back, and you peek your heads over, and he's just going through the pockets of a dead man. This guy's been dead for quite some time, maybe even a year. A lot of his flesh is already dried out and leathered from being in the exposed environment. He's got a pouch with 37 gold in it. He's got a couple of daggers. There's a shield, a short sword, and a potion. Looks like a healing potion.
Nice. Very nice. Does anything look like it has been untouched by the weathers of time?
No, most of it looks like your standard equipment. Looks like he had some other stuff on him too, but it's rotted. Like he had some leather armor on, but it's faded away and gotten brittle.
Anything identifying on him, like a crest or anything?
No. Looking at him, you think this might have been a hunter. But you don't see a bow or anything like that. But it's just what he's wearing. It's not real put together.
Cool. And then I will let everyone go, and then see if we want to head down in.
Well, as soon as you let me know, I'll cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw for me as you do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good enough. It's definitely good enough. The whole place is bright with magical energy. It stuns your eyes for just a moment, and you're like, whoa, the entire carved area in the stairway leading down is radiating abjuration magic.
Would I be able to make an Arcana check to kind of glean more information from that?
You don't really, at this point in time, have any evidence other than the fact that it's radiating magic. You would know that if an entire place is radiating magic, that it's obviously extraordinarily special. Yeah. Or was at some point to someone, but you've never heard talk of finding any place like this up in the mountains. But Phil did lead you on a pretty crazy path to get here, and it's not someplace people would normally go. Climbing up these mountains isn't, it's not a happy pastime for most people. It's really dangerous.
Isn't this the spot that they're used to going to for, like, griffin capture, though? Or is
no,
this not?
This is not. Usually the griffins are more straight west. They've moved further south, though, in recent years, and they've You don't know for sure, but you don't know if they've ever had to come to this area for griffin hunting.
Okay. Mav is going to kind of document what we find.
Okay.
On some papers.
Yeah, probably let the army know or whatnot.
As we explore the rest of this place, I'm assuming.
Yeah, as you guys all make your way into the stairwell, does anybody speak Celestial? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we have a yes.
Both he doesn't know what that is.
Mav, there is celestial. A lot of it is pictographs and symbols, but there's also celestial language written all over this place, and it's all talking about the Guardian Queen. Her Majesty, the Guardian Queen, and there are all sorts of mosaic-style picture stories telling of adventurers coming to this place looking for a treasure, and it doesn't end well for all of them.
Both of leans into you real closely and asks, "Does it say anything about our boots?"
About her boots. Yes.
Can I have Thanic roll advantage? You have religion, correct? Or do you not have religion?
I don't have religion.
Oh, okay. Does anybody else have religion?
would being able to read and understand this help with any kind of information? Because I have foreign language.
I have Andy.
You don't think so? Andy, you have religion, Phil? Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
Doesn't seem like something you would have, but nice. 19's pretty good. With your order training as a bastion and a member of the order, Mav believes that this site predates the order's arrival on the continent. This place is old. This is old. It's very general, almost pagan style worship and religion of the divine. It's definitely not something that's focused or been guarded and crafted by the order so that it's theologically accurate. This is wild. But it's written in Celestial, so...
Being that it's written Celestial, would I feel that it would be a desecration to continue through here?
No.
Okay, then I will continue to document and let everybody know that if we proceed, all the pictures say that we'll die.
Wait, what? Huh? No, proceed. That's bad.
But there's a big treasure at the end.
Yeah, what? No, that's not how we've ever done anything.
That is always how we've always done everything.
Everything.
I just stare at Othing.
It's really funny that you're about to do that because I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking about how, like, because of Othig's intelligence, like, he's really loyal, but he's not generally going to do anything, like, contrary to the party, unless it's, like, blatantly wrong.
So you're outvoted, man. 3-1.
So he's probably just going to go along with this.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
That's alright. Can I cast Death Ward on Othing? I don't have it. I'd just like to cast it.
Nope. You can't. So, you go down a long stairway. A very long stairway that takes you into a large room up ahead. And in the center of this room, there is the statue of a minotaur.
How realistic does it look?
Would you like to examine it?
From here,
Where's from here?
from wherever I was when I asked it. I don't see me on the map, so I don't know where here is.
Currently, you guys would be standing in the stairway.
And from there.
All right, let me throw your token, your group token on the map. Oops.
Yeah, I mean, I'll. No, I don't want to send Albert in there. He's scared too.
The hallway's 10 feet wide. Like I said, it's covered in pictures and in phraseology and words. A lot of it's very religious tones of what's going on here, but it's definitely not your guys' faith. So you make a perception check at disadvantage from where you're at.
Okay.
Are there actually skeletons on the ground?
There are actually skeletons on the ground by that door. You are accurate in that site.
That's not bad. 10.
It's looks like a statue.
Hey, Phil. You should go check out that statue.
I'm just gonna like hold my breath and shake my head at you.
Maybe it's a spider?
All right. So you step into this room and you realize it's covered in about an inch worth of dust. And you can feel a good solid breeze coming down through the stairs, so you're guessing that it's been blowing dust in here for a long, long time. And you approach...
Before he steps in the room?
Yeah.
That was what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Okay, I'm good now. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on him.
Thank you.
Okay. You step out into the room towards the Minotaur, and as you get closer, make a perception check at advantage.
I'm the only one going in right now. Great that I'm doing this. Whoa! This is the best I have ever perceived on this character.
It is not a statue. It is an actual Minotaur covered in dust. It is looking at you and watching you, but it has not moved. I have a picture of him, just for funsies. I went and got one.
I'm gonna cast.
You're gonna cast?
Yeah, I'm just shield on myself. Mariner's Blessing.
Okay. You can do that. It just continues to stare at you.
Hey, you speak at it. Do the speakies. Speak celestial at it.
I will. I'm assuming you would have conveyed that it is alive.
Yes.
I will speak celestial.
Mm-hmm.
Does it respond to me at all?
What do you want to say to it?
Oh, friend.
We come in peace.
Old friend is like the best response ever. The response of the ages.
So you tell it you come in peace, and it says, "We'll see."
Okay.
What does it respond in celestial?
No, it responds in common. Actually, Andy, you hear it in celestial. Everybody else hears it in common.
Oh, that's no good.
Or Dwarvish, or any of the other languages you speak.
Oh, primordial.
Basically all languages.
Is it clear that it's like, would we hear in all of the languages that we know, or is it just like the main language?
You're not sure. You could have swore it maybe like it came across as almost a mix of words, like it's speaking all languages all at once while it speaks.
Yeah, which is totally jacked up.
So, I would like to ask it what this place is.
This
Comment. I am done with celestial at this point until it's needed.
okay. He tells you that this is Her Majesty's Labyrinth.
Who's Her Majesty?
The Queen of all these lands.
I don't think we were dressed up to meet royalty.
I will immediately use Druidcraft and put on my ambassador garb and present myself as Ambassador Filbert.
I kind of want to
request an audience with the Queen.
I kind of want to meet this person. I want to like pass safely and meet this person. I want to know who the Queen of all these lands.
All right.
I believe it's deity and not queen or person.
Yeah.
He says, then you must pass the labyrinth.
Can we have a clue?
Can we have a what? What did you say?
A clue. Can we have a clue?
Both wants to know how you pass it.
Can I buy a vowel?
And you, he's looking back and forth between you all.
Because you won't stop talking.
And he says,
Answer because...
I don't think you'll survive. You're too unfocused.
I'm gonna just stare at Phil.
What? I'm focused.
Both think's gonna look at Thanak and just kind of say, he's got a point.
Well, where's the entrance?
There are 3 doors in this room. Choose one.
I vote.
Alright, I will choose door number 1.
What did you say?
Which,
Not the one with skeletons.
please point out a door to me.
Whichever door has the 1 mark on it. He said choose 1.
That's funny.
Do the bodies have anything on them?
Do the bodies have anything on them? Yes and no. Everything is These guys have been here a long time. They are dressed Krenish, so you do feel like they found it after the Empire was founded, but they've been here a very, very long time. One of them has a crumbling book in his hand. It's leather bound. The others, most of their gear has long decayed or tarnished. Nothing looks terribly valuable. There's a couple of things that endured, like torches and whatnot, but for the most part, they don't look like they were prepared.
Can I see the book? Does it like fall apart?
It does start to fall apart when you pick it up. It is. It looks like you can look at it and you read it in Common, and it's a very old dialect of Common, but it's a Celestial translation book.
Ulthig wants to ask more questions.
Make perception checks as you get closer to this door. Actually, Andy, well, you can all make them. That's good. That's not good. That's not good. That's all right. There is celestial writing on this door.
What does it say?
It says, let's see. Phil points it out to you, and it says, "Seek and ye shall find."
Okay, I'm gonna go to the other two doors and look at those to see if there's celestial writing on that.
There is. The one with the skeleton says, "Ask, and you shall receive." And the one to the north says, "Knock, and the door shall be opened for you." That one, there is a knocker on it. These are all double doors on one of them, and in the other door, it is missing a knocker. On the Seek and you shall find door, there is a giant keyhole. And on the Ask and it shall be given to you door, it looks like there is an indentation for a gemstone of some kind.
I would say that we go to the knock one first. Knock on the door. That's missing the knocker?
There's one knocker and it's missing a knocker.
Before you do that, can I go? I'm gonna ask Mav permission. Can I give him a tribute for the Queen in case we don't survive?
If who?
The Minotaur.
He's gonna have us if we don't survive.
Are you saying this? Are you saying this loud enough for Thanic to hear?
I'm saying it loud enough for everyone, including the Minotaur, to hear.
Okay. No, you can't.
Why?
She's not our queen.
She's
not
a queen.
No, based on who? I
The
didn't
Minotaur?
vote for her.
That's not how queens work.
Thanic's like, not my queen.
Yeah.
That's also not how the Emperor worked. Or how the Lion Man worked. It's not how you work. We didn't vote you leader either, and here you are leading.
I'm not the leader.
Well, we've been following you.
Othig, you said you wanted to ask the Minotaur more questions. What do you want to ask him?
I do have several more questions. This might seem weird, but I actually wanted to ask his name first.
His name is Matthios.
Matthios, what's in the labyrinth for us to pack?
And he looks at you and he says, "Combat, death, and treasure, glory."
How long have you been here?
I've been standing guard here for 4,762 years.
That is epic.
What do you eat?
Can you give me that timeline again? 4,000 what?
762 years.
So you must be a great warrior.
I was the greatest of my kind.
Wait, was?
I no longer have a kind.
You're the last?
I am the last of the celestial minotaurs.
Oof.
So I've noticed that you have very large polearm. Do you train others in such combat arts that you've learned over the 4,700 some odd years that you've been standing guard here, preventing other lesser travelers from entering? Surely you've bested 1,000.
I have. The dust of their bones litter this room.
I didn't bring a dust hand to debate that. Sorry.
Are you asking me to train you?
I'm wondering if it's possible that you would.
If the Queen allows it, I will pass on all of my knowledge to you.
Contract. Mav, we need a contract.
I think that means that you would take his spot.
Oof.
I don't know about that. I'll ask him about that. Does that mean that I would like take your spot someday, or that you just like impart your like wisdom and combat knowledge?
I would slay your soul and spread its ashes to the stars before I would give you my position.
Okay, well, I don't want that.
Then you are a
that's
fool.
That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry, what?
Then you are a fool.
Oh.
This is the greatest honor in all of creation.
Well, I probably am a fool. He's probably right about that. I'm just gonna tell him thanks.
You are most welcome.
He's a really nice guy, guys.
He seems rather pleasant. At first he's really intimidating, but he's pretty forthcoming. He seems pleasant. He's stern. I mean, he's a warrior. He's got that gruffness about him, but he's not quite what you expected.
I'm going to tell him that if he wasn't serving the greatest honor in all the realm, or however he said it, that I think he would be a great ally.
Does he want to come work for us?
He does. No, way. No, even Othig knows he doesn't want that.
He says there'd be no greater ally in all the universe other than the divine.
I totally believe it.
Yeah, he believes it too.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay.
Wait, did he just say he serves the divine?
Yes.
He serves the Queen.
Does your queen serve the divine?
Of course.
Does your queen have a name?
She does have a name.
Can I have that name?
Because you have asked, I will give it to you. And the Queen's name is Nama Makabu.
Does that ring a bell for any of us?
No.
Would any amount of religion or arcane checks assist in knowing anything more than that?
You may certainly try.
Religion
Go
or
ahead and make that an advantage, I guess.
Is that just a religion check?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, no,
18.
16.
No clue. It definitely doesn't sound local.
The last question Phil would have is, does your queen have any relation with the Fae?
He looks very displeased at the mention of the Fae, and he just says she is far superior.
That's something. They have their own plane. Phil's awkward now.
I'd like to ask him where we start.
You start by attempting to go through a door, and I will decide whether or not to stop you. And when he does that, he shifts the pole arm.
Are there take backsies?
Can I ask him what part of the Dwarven Pantheon she belongs to?
She existed before the dwarves. They know not of her greatness. Your people are small and new.
It's a short joke.
I don't know, like it was a joke. It was a very generalized statement of your stature.
Seriously, like we come up to that guy's knee or something, right? Or like mid thigh.
Yeah, he's like 16 feet tall.
Jeez.
Dude, 16 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that pole arm could reach us for days.
He's a big boy.
Alright.
Means my pole arm's like a quarter of the size of his.
No, your polearm would be just under half. No, your polearm would be over half. Over half is tall.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'd ask him what gem fit the door on the west.
What was that?
Ask him what gem fits in the door.
On the east, you mean? The east has the gem socket.
I thought that one had the gem.
Nope, that one has the key.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood that. So
Yep.
that one has a gem.
Yep.
I'd ask him what gem fits in that door.
He reaches into a pouch and he says, "This gem."
And then I would ask him which key opens the other door.
The one you seek opens the other door.
Can I have that gem?
You may. And he just gives it to you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we should just ask.
Yeah. Yep.
I put it in the bag of holding.
No, don't do that.
No,
Yeah, don't do that.
No, put it
No,
in the.
Yeah, we'll go put it in the door. I'll go put it in the door.
Okay, so I think that's the cue for our first door is the gem door, and we have to find the other knocker. And
a key.
Ooh, Otha, you're really good at finding knockers. I have a potion for you.
I feel like that was a boob joke.
yeah, it totally was.
I have the honey bunny potions.
The final question I'd ask him is if he knows where the knocker is for that door.
Somewhere beyond in the labyrinth.
So yeah, I would say that we need that order would be what I'd assume.
At least whatever we find when we go through the door with the gem.
'Kay.
So, is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this?
Yeah.
After we quick save.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's done. So.
All right, so you take the gem over to the door, and he turns and he watches you. And Filbert puts it in the door, and the doors creak open. And as they do, a blast of air comes out of them and blows the dust around in the room, although none of it flows into the room that the door just opened up in. And you watch as the skeletons at the foot of the door disintegrate in this. But it doesn't feel like it's harming you at all. And you look back at Matthias, and he just says, "They did not ask." And the door is open for you. So let me show you this next room. It is
He really likes this guy.
an odd-shaped room with a pillar in the middle. And on that pillar is an eyeball. A stone eyeball.
Oh, good.
There, I think that's it. All of it. That can be a little bit better over here. There's a door to the north, south, and east. All of them are closed.
Oh, the one to the east looks open.
No, don't move my doors around, jerk.
Sorry.
Oh, it's gone.
I didn't realize that they moved.
They do move.
I was confused. Okay,
That's okay.
Anyways, they're all closed.
Ah! I'm going to hurt you, Tony. I know it's you now.
I don't even have my mouse.
Adam.
I am so not doing anything.
I'm
All right.
definitely not doing that.
I'm not doing it.
What do you guys want to do?
What's just the eyeball on a pedestal and that's it? Is there any writing?
It's a pillar. Make a perception check. All right, 15. That plus 2 is pretty good. 17. Mav, as you guys walk up, and Othig, as you guys walk up to this pillar, something starts to pull out of the pillar, and it's about a 3-foot round eyeball covered in flesh around it. It looks like a head with just an eye and 4 tentacles that have eyes that end in the end of them, and you need to roll initiative.
It's like a mini beholder.
Ooh, is it a donut?
It's not a donut.
Danik, I wanted to make sure I go.
Oh, a glazer? No, it's not a glazer.
I appreciate my lasers.
And as you guys do that, the door slams shut behind you, and you can no longer see back into the room you came from.
We didn't do it! I just yell back to the Minotaur.
Oh, what?
You hear him echoing through the halls, and he says, "Do not cheat, or I will come."
Dude, I don't want that.
What's considered cheating?
And you don't hear anything else. You feel like that might have been your last hint.
Is this thing flying?
This thing is floating?
Do I feel like I can find it?
You could certainly try.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't want to do that.
All right, did you guys all roll initiative? Yep, Phil, you're up.
Phil. What the heck is Phil going to do? Phil doesn't like where any of this is doing. He's going to run over here. And then I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna set it on fire because that's what I do when I. Do I panic? Is that a thing that happened to you?
No, it happened slow enough. You watched it. You're definitely weirded out by it, but you're not panicked.
Okay, thank you. It succeeds, but there is a fire underneath it.
Okay.
There's that.
All right. Othig, you're up.
All right. Move to the other side of it and pincer for Thana. Just a moment, waiting for my actions tab to come up. There we go.
Oh, it's a critical hit.
Nice.
So you whap into it and you wound it. Oh, and that's a critical miss. Oh, no. Oh, no. You have disadvantage on everything you do next round. Or after this moment till your next turn. So now it is the spectator's turn. And it is going to attempt to bite you. But it looks like it's really bad at it. However, that's a really great roll. 20 hits you. So he's going to bite into you for 5 points of damage. And then, Mav, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You feel your muscles tense up for just a minute, and you feel like you might have been unable to move, and then you shake it off. And then, Thanok, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, Mav was hit by a green ray. Thanok, you are hit by a black ray, and you're going to take 20 points of necrotic damage.
Holy cow. That's 20, you said?
Yep. Andy, you do feel... Mav does feel like these are magical enough to absorb. So, I should have told you that right away.
Okay. He's going to use his reaction to absorb his.
Okay.
Because he would have not knowing the outcome.
Yep. I appreciate that.
What level are they?
That is a 4th level.
Oh. Okay. Well, he absorbs that.
All right. Thanok, it is now your turn.
Did it stay there?
Yeah, it did.
It succeeded again.
Remember, you have advantage.
Oh, it can make a con save against my thing to prevent that.
To prevent the absorption?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was
only
one
a...
of the things we added, prevent it from just always happening.
Got it. It's a 5, so you still sucked it up.
Okay.
Jeez, terrible damage. And then I'm gonna use... Second.
Well, that's a real good second wind.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mav, you're up.
Okay, so he's going to use the 2 levels of spell that he absorbed above and beyond what he had and shoot a guiding bolt.
Oh no, that definitely goes wide.
That goes wide.
Yep. But you'll be okay next round. So in that one, with a recovery, that's going to bring us to Filbert then, I think, unless you have a bonus action or something you want to do.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Actually, that's not it. We're going to go, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to go this way.
Okay.
And
So-
that's it.
All right. It's all you, Filbert.
Bum. Okie dokie. I'm going to maintain concentration on my spell to keep the bonfire underneath it. And then I'm going to throw a dagger at it. Why not?
Oh, shoot.
What are we shooting?
Nothing. I forgot to do something. It's my fault.
Okay. Actually, I'm just going to cast Infestation on it.
Okay.
Hey! Poison damage. Sweet.
Yay!
And let's see. On a fail, the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Oh, no, okay. And then it moves 5 feet in a random direction. Roll a d4. I roll a d4. 1. It moves what direction is that? North. 5 feet.
Yep. Sounds good. Andy, as you come back into sight of it again, I need you to make a attack roll on the guiding bolt that you shot at it before. As it comes reflecting back towards you.
You need me? Oh, okay.
Luckily enough, it goes wide on you as well.
Jeez.
Othig, you're up.
All right, disadvantage on everything you said.
Yep. Still gonna nail it. 17 still gonna hit the sucker.
The pincer move?
Oh, it moved. Yeah.
Phil's realizing his spell selection isn't all that combative.
It's very hard to come up with good combative spell selections with a druid, because everything's concentration.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright, so you nail it once and then you miss it, and that's going to bring up our friend the Spectator, who is going to attempt to bite Othig again. That's a 19. He's going to bite Othig again. That's the monster that can barely do any damage. 6 points of damage to Othig is continually making good attack rolls. Filbert, I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
I don't want.
As a blue ray shoots out at you. You feel more confused than normal for just a minute, and then it goes away. And then Ryan, I need a wisdom saving throw from Othig.
This is gonna be bad.
Yep. Othig, you are terrified of this thing. You've had more than enough of it. All you want to do is run away from it.
I didn't even roll yet.
Oh, I
He was
thought
rolling an Arcana check.
I saw Mavs. Sorry.
What it was.
These are all coming out at 4th
I
level.
mean, but I think what you said still holds true. Anyway.
Yes, it does. Yep, absolutely. So you're terrified.
Alright.
This thing is shooting out 4th level spells. It's scary. Thanak, you're up.
Are these actual spells, or is it just like spell-like abilities?
It's spell-like abilities, but it's magical enough that it counts for Andy's Bastion. It would not count enough for... It's not casting a spell.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So he's afraid. Am I still getting pincer from that or
No, that would definitely cancel Pincer.
not? Okay. I didn't know how his ability worked. If it was like a...
No, this sphere he needs to run away. So, oh, and that's a nat 1.
Okay, so I'm going to use what's that called? Where I attack again.
Action surge.
Action surge.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
that is 1 point better. So it's a nat 1 followed by a 2. So
All right,
yeah,
well, just
no
kidding,
good.
guys. All right.
No good. Mav, you're up.
If it makes you feel any better, I was gonna do that after I was done being disadvantaged, but now I'm afraid, so whatever.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well, see that it reflected my spells back at me. I'm going to cast Bless on everybody else.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then move behind the pillar again.
Sounds good. So that's going to bring up Filbert then.
I'm bad at everything. I'm gonna start a new bonfire underneath it because I made it get off my last one because I don't know why I did it. I don't know. Hey, fire damage, die. Ooh, that was really good.
Nice.
Hey!
Yep, you kill the spectator. It goes up in a ball of flame. The eyes start popping, and as the big eye pops, a stone eyeball rolls out of it.
I'll turn off the bonfire.
Yeah, well, okay, you turn off the bonfire, and you watch as the flesh sizzles and pops, and it's just a pile of spectator goo there. And there's a stone eyeball laying not far from it.
I'm going to go examine the 3 doors.
Yeah, I wonder if you put this thing on the... What did you say it was? A pedestal?
It's a pillar.
Pillar?
Yep.
Put it on the pillar, face it at the door opens, maybe? I don't know.
You do see there are holes on all 4 sides of the pillar, and it looks like this eyeball would fit perfectly in it.
Let's do that then.
Yeah, it opens the door that you pointed at.
All right, to the south then.
Is that the one we want to do?
Oh,
I was looking at the doors first.
Oh, there are no remarkable markings on these doors at all. In fact, in most places of this room, there aren't any markings, period, in this room.
So, we just pick a direction and go.
Yeah.
You want to go south then?
We can.
Sure. Probably just be methodical about it.
Yeah,
Then.
sounds good.
Okay,
Once it's in there, can we remove it?
you can, and as soon as you do, the door closes.
Can we put it in the other door?
Which other door?
The one to the right.
Yeah. So you basically want to get a peek in all the doors?
Sure.
Oh, it's a good call.
Yeah, you see several hallways on the other side of these doors. Which way do you guys want to go?
You want to start south?
Hey, what if we could, if you really want to, because that was a good idea, just keep it open at a door, send someone down a little bit of the hallway so they can just look down a little bit further?
We were told not to go.
cheat.
Oh, that's a good call.
Gilbert and Nev at the same moment go, no cheating.
Good call. Alright, let's go south.
I don't know the rules, so
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. We can.
Technically we could have already cheated, but
I mean, yes, but I would consider that learning the rules of the game.
okay, let's go south.
All right, so you go south, and this opens up into a hallway that does this. Make perception checks for me as you come into this hallway.
Nice.
Let's see. Mav, was that you with the 20?
That was me with the 20.
It's really clean in here. You thought the other room was clean, it was free of dust. This is even cleaner here. The stones here are very shiny.
Shiny.
How long does this have magic stay up?
10 minutes.
I'm assuming that we would have been past our 10-minute mark.
Yeah. You
Coming
step.
up.
Yep. By the time it took you to read stuff, translate, even though you're fluent in the language, it's a very old dialect of Celestial. That's the way you want to go?
That's my vote.
I was just going to ask which hallway you wanted to go down next. So
That's
I mean,
perfect.
Anytime you want me to detect magic again, I can. The only issue is that I assume everything here is magic.
Yeah, that's kind of what I ran into. Is everything's probably magical, so it's not
Well, yeah, since
necessarily.
the outside was, I imagine, yeah.
and that definitely carried down the stairs and into the stonework here. This entire place is warded, basically, against... You believe it's just there to keep it from decaying over time.
Okay, fair enough.
Probably against scrying as well.
Probably. So...
Is this a temple of the gods? Is that what this is?
It's...
You probably can't answer me, but...
No, it's Her Majesty's boots. Get it right.
Her Majesty's boots. So we're going down the hallway to the west, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who's in front?
Not Mav.
Both it will be.
Okay.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you walk into something really wet and squishy.
I knew that would probably happen. Something.
I hate not being able to win a game. Tony's like, I know what I'd put in here. I know how I would do it.
You hit something and it you barely touch it. It's just the way your body moved. Your pole arm hits it first, and you jump back because you know something's there, even though you don't know what it is. And I need you guys to roll initiative again as a giant cube flips forward, and you can see it now that it's moving in this hallway and almost got Othig as he was coming around the corner.
Oh, frick. Gelatinous cube.
Mav, are you second or third?
Third. Second.
Oh, good. Second.
So there is...
I can see clearly now.
I'll move your token.
We're gonna destroy all obstacles in its way.
Yeah.
That's not comforting.
Nope. It wasn't supposed to be.
Filbert, you're up.
I don't want to be. Oh gosh, look at that. That looks like a great deal.
Hit it with a fireball!
I don't have that. I don't have that.
How about Thunder Wave?
That I have.
That's your favorite.
It is my favorite, but I don't want to hit you with it. Oh, I can totally do it without hitting you, can I?
Would be preferred.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna thunder wave this jerk.
Okay. Thunderwave is the one that does not move him, correct?
No, Thunderwave is the one that moves.
Oh, okay, good.
Which I totally forgot last time. I totally would have scattered some of those folks.
Forced movement.
Correct, it is forced movement. Oh, hey, he succeeds.
What a jerk. So he'll take half damage.
Okay.
And not get pushed.
All right.
And then I'm gonna run back behind my... Oh, I'm gonna move into the doorway behind Thanik.
Okay.
You can't move that far.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're right. Thank you, Andy. Thanks for that.
I'm going to put the door over there out of the way. All right. So, there's that. Mav, you're up.
Mav's going to take a 5-foot step up. Not wanting to really deal with it. He's going to do this guy, and he's going to
Hit.
fire it with a second level radiant bolt.
Hey, didn't you have to explode last round?
No, I
Okay.
spent 2 first levels.
All right,
So
cool.
I used those, and then I spent a second level.
Yep.
Bolt that I
Cool.
missed. So I did that, and then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4 move this way and try to peek down that other hallway a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You found
I
your
tried
party
to avoid
token.
exploding.
Whoa! It's
I got
not.
so scared. I got so scared.
Is it attacking us though?
No, it's not. That's wonderful. All right, Othig, you have advantage on this creature for this attack.
Wouldn't I know that it's gonna, like, ruin my weapon?
You don't know that. You don't know really at all.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
You do see a bunch of junk floating around inside of it, including, what is it? Not a...
And skull.
Yeah, for a whole skeleton.
Just a second. I need a
Couple
fire alarm.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Did he say fire alarm?
He did. I could hear it. I hope it's just cooking woes.
You don't really know much about what cubes do.
Okay.
There's a bunch of metal and stuff floating around inside of it. It looks like a few pieces of armor, a couple of weapons.
They all look normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I see them?
Yeah, make a insight check on it. Yeah, I'm going to say a disadvantage because you're doing this quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hot dog!
You don't see any organic material in there. So there's no clothes, no bones, no wood, no anything. It looks like it doesn't dissolve metal, but it might dissolve wood and cloth and you.
Okay. Wait, we're not supposed to have Bless on anymore, right?
No, you probably still have Bless on. No, maybe not. Oh, Bless only lasts a minute.
Yeah, he cast it at the very, very end.
Yeah, I thought we said we didn't have it anymore when we came in here.
Yeah, I'll take it off you real quick.
Okay.
Because I can do that.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
Bless was cast when we were at the.
It was the last round of the.
Yeah.
We just lost audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was in the last round of combat.
Okay. I am going to say it's probably still not up because you guys farted around with each door.
That's true. My popcorn exploded.
Oh.
Ah.
All right, so you lay into the gelatinous cube for 9 points of damage, then you hit it again for another 8. The cube is looking like it's starting to have a hard time holding itself together.
I'm gonna move.
Okay, so it's going to take an attack of opportunity at you.
Oh wait, shoot, it is. Never mind. I'm not going to move.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it.
All right, so you're going to stay there then.
For now.
Okay, so it's its turn. So it slurps up here, and then it slurps up here, and then it slurps to here. And I need you to make another dexterity saving throw as this thing just tumbles forward onto you. Oh, that's not good. Othig is inside the cube. You see this thing come down, and he's like just inside of it. And it looks like it hurts a lot. Othig, you take 7 points of acid damage while you're inside this cube. And that's its turn.
Can I? Is there any part of Othig that's sticking out?
You can. You think you could attempt to reach in and pull him out?
That's what I would like.
Okay, that's your action then.
Yeah. What is that like?
It's a strength check.
Oh,
10. I don't remember what it takes to get somebody out of there.
You're gonna have to move up though.
That's the engulf. Ooze.
I'm gonna have to move up.
Yeah, aren't you?
Stand right next to you. Oh,
No.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I thought that was.
You almost got him. You started to pull him out and you lost him at the last second.
All right. Cool.
Filbert, it's your turn. Filbert, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm thinking.
There's always...
I'm gonna start a fire underneath it. It's Filbert's go-to.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so it'll make a dexterity saving throw.
And it will fail.
Started on fire!
Okay.
Does that hit me?
It does not hit you.
And then Filbert will... I don't know how you want to do this, but I'm going to turn into a spider. No, I'm not. I'm going to turn into a doggo. I'm going to turn into my...
Direwolf?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if you do that, you're squeezing then. Because a direwolf is a large creature, right?
It is a large creature. I was wondering if I could push Thanak out of the way if he would let me as I grow.
Yeah, I would allow that.
Okay.
So then I will turn into the large, what is it, the ruffle dog.
No, that's the hyena. Hyena's raffle dog. Okay.
And that's what I'll turn into with my bonus action. Nice.
You turn into a giant hyena. Dude, that's a lot of hit points, too. And the size
That's
pushes
the best I can get, almost.
Thanak, yeah, to there. Filbert is now large. Yeah, that's a really good roll. All right, Mav, you're up.
Mav is going to shoot it again. Guiding bolt.
Ooh, that one's gonna hit. Oh my gosh, you rolled an 8 and it hit. Well, it's a big stupid cube with a -5 dexterity. So you wail on it for 18 points of damage. The cube's starting to look pretty unstable.
And then and move to here.
Okay.
Well, it's only 5 points more than the average now that I'm looking at that. It's not...
That just seems like a lot. Okay. Othig, you are inside this thing. Oh, Othig's missing. He dissolved! We dissolved Ryan. Oh no! It's funny he has disadvantage, but I really don't think he's not going to be able to hit this thing.
If an 8 hit,
Yeah. Well, he's got +6 to his attack, so basically he has to roll a nat 1 to miss. Don't yell at me. I didn't say don't roll a 1.
She already said it, but I wasn't pushing the button.
Don't. I didn't say the phrase. Dude, where did he go? Tony, thank you for treats today, by the way.
Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff left over.
Who did you send over?
Brandon.
It was Brandon with the big crazy beard?
Yeah, he's starting to grow a beard. It's weird.
I was in the middle of doing interviews, so I didn't even really look over. I just saw somebody coming in with the box, and then he left, and I was like, what the heck? And then I saw it was a box of treats.
What?
And I was like, is that
on?
Brandon? You are inside of the ooze. You have disadvantage on your attacks, but you can still attack it. Filbert turned into it.
Phil?
He's a doggo. He's the raffle dog.
Okay.
Giant hyena.
Can I get past him?
You are trapped inside of this thing. Your movement is 0.
Okay.
So you can attack it, but that's really all you can do, and you do have disadvantage on your attacks.
He's at disadvantage. Okay.
Yep. Oh, it's a nat 20! Othig is mad. He's like, I ain't dying again. No way.
Why didn't it roll 2? I clicked disadvantage.
It does say disadvantage.
Because he hit him with a
Guiding bolt, so you had it canceled out.
Oh,
yeah, it
It says
did.
it right on there.
Sweet.
I do need to check something real quick, though, to see when you take the damage from being stuck inside this thing. Each of the cubes turns. Okay, so you're good. All right, so you wail on the cube. It's looking real shaky.
Wait, was that my...
What was your main attack?
So they're all regular rolls?
No, this one will be at disadvantage.
Okay, got it.
All right, you still hit it. And you managed to kill the gelatinous cube as you're inside of it. I need to find out how much damage you would have taken.
Because I was going to action surge if not, even though it would have been a disadvantage.
you would have taken 17 acid damage. That wouldn't have been too bad. That wouldn't even killed you. So.
Yeah, but still.
Yep. All right. So the gelatinous cube is down. It schmoozes into a pile. You see old pieces of armor. There's a suit of chainmail that was floating around inside of there. Lots of little bits. Looks like pieces of shields and other weapons. Everything is decayed. There are 5 gemstones in there. Various shapes and sizes. You could get them appraised later.
Let's grab the gemstones. Does the armor look special in any way?
No, looks like standard chainmail.
Mike, am I still noticeably taking damage?
Nope.
Like, do I have like residue on me?
No, like this thing turned almost to water after you killed it.
Okay.
Like its death neutralized the acid, basically.
Like the jello before it cools?
Yeah.
Should I just use my second wind, or do we have some healing?
Well, Phil's in dog
I would-
form, so.
Bill's a
I
dog.
would recommend that you use your second wind because
Got it.
I can't use the healer kit, and I only have 1 first level spell left.
Nope, that's fine.
I can wear, just for noting, I can wear that armor.
You can wear
We
chainmail?
just haven't. I can wear medium armor.
You can't wear any armor made of metals.
I forgot about that part. Okay, I'll have to wait until we find some natural scale mail.
Okay. So the armor, it looks like it was probably Krennish make, but the flaps and the stuff that would have attached to the chainmail to really identify it as Kren have definitely been eaten away.
Okay. I can't think of any reason to keep that.
Let's just sell it.
Well, or
Yeah, but
one of our people.
but we'd have to rebuild it.
No, it's functional chainmail. It's just not decorated in a style.
Oh, I thought you were saying like all the leather
No.
straps and stuff that kept it functional.
There's some of that has happened, but that's an easy enough fix. I wouldn't even charge crafting points for it. You just pick up some new stuff and be done with it.
Okay. Then yeah, let's grab it and put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay. So you throw a suit of chainmail in your bag. I will throw that in your party sheet.
Somebody will need to carry for that right now. The bag of holding is currently part of a hyena.
That's true, it is.
I'll grab it then.
Not a great place for the bag of holding.
When we're ambushed, it is.
No, because you immediately go right to the fight.
Alright. It's in your inventory, Thanik.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Alright, so which side of this hallway do you guys want to go down now?
Left, the same one.
Same one.
Let's keep going on this one.
Alright, so it turns. Looks like it squares itself off. You can just keep going,
Yep.
I assume. Definitely squares itself off, and you see in here where the party token is, that's really funny, is a treasure chest. A treasure chest that make perception checks on it. Just somebody. Doesn't matter who.
Somebody.
I'll let you know if you need to make another one. First one out is plenty good. This thing is covered in electricity. You watch as about every 3 or 4 seconds a large leap of electricity leaps from the chest to the walls. The only place it doesn't seem to ever go is the keyhole.
We didn't find a key in the ooze.
Nope, you did not find a key in the ooze.
Shall we leave that for now?
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I tinker some type of grounding system on this? Like bypass the chest?
I feel like that's cheating. Don't do it.
Can Andy absorb the spell?
He'd have to roll an Arcana check on it to see if he could.
I'd be cheating too.
No.
Is it cheating though, or is it this is the puzzle?
I mean, it still needs a key though.
Andy, you're not sure of the spell's level, but it is at least 5th.
Nope. You guys have seen me blow up.
If this is a repeatedly going thing though, could we like Can I grab some metal and
Let's see.
You know what I mean?
You.
Well, we're surrounded by stone.
Yeah, I don't think you.
Well,
But the electricity is jumping from the wall to the chest to the other wall, right?
Yeah,
What you said?
and back and forth, and it comes from different places, but it does look like this. The electricity is arcing to the chest from the walls.
Oh, so it's coming from the chest
No, it's going to the chest.
to the chest.
Yep, from the walls.
So
Magic. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yep.
I mean, but who's to say this
Right?
is actual magic?
Andy, Mav clarifies that it is at least a 5th level spell.
No,
Clarify.
Andy got too low on the roll to recognize. No, but I mean, even magic electricity has to.
You think with the supplies that you have, it would be very difficult to craft what you need. You know, if you had access to materials, no problem. You could craft a lightning rod to help disperse some of this electricity. But with what you have, it would be pretty rammy-cackle and risky.
Okay, all right.
Let's just walk around the other side and come back here.
let's
when
just
we-
get like a 150-foot chain, walk it back out to the main entrance, and give it to the Minotaur to hold on to.
I knew you were going to say like 150-foot poke and stick.
Well, that'd be nice too.
Well, it would also still be metal, so that wouldn't really help us.
No, I just need a mage hand at the end.
Next door.
Yeah. So what to the east?
I can
Yeah,
use my
this
hit points and I can just grab it as a dog and drag it out.
Let's not.
Not do that.
That guy makes a sad face at you for attempting to shock him, or for thinking about it. He's disappointed in your behavior. So we're going to that door, huh? Okay.
That door next, yes.
All right. Well, this one then closes. That
There's
one.
nothing around the other side.
That one opens up.
No, just a token.
Just a token.
You can see down a long hallway here. It looks like there's a couple of turnoffs in it. Okay, Othig, make a dexterity check for me as you start walking down this hallway. Othig, and who's behind Othig?
Probably Mav or
All right.
Phil. Well, Phil's big right now, so
Yeah,
Phil,
doggo.
Phil, where would you be? That's Big Doggo.
Wherever they let me be, I'm guessing I'm in front of Mav, though.
Who's doing the roll here?
Well, it depends on the order. So Othig's been in front.
Did you just elect to be in front or what? What was that? 2. Okay.
or
Okay.
with the big dog be in front.
Doggo, you can add advantage on your saving throw. Othig does not. Because only half of you falls into the giant pit that opens below you. It's 15 feet wide, and that's still not enough, buddy. You slip forward and you tumble head over heels, dog style, into a spiked pit below you.
I laugh the whole way down as a hyena.
And Othig, you take 20 points of damage. And Phil, you take 20 points of damage as you are skewered at the bottom of this pit with not poisonous spikes, with spikes.
How far down is that?
It's 15 feet below the floor.
Jeez.
Oh, think you can use me to climb up.
You guys pull yourself off of the spikes, kind of moves yourself around, check your wounds to see how bad they are, if there's any punctures you're going to bleed out on, and Doggo pushes you up out of the hole.
It's bad. It is bad.
Yeah.
You guys can choose which side of the hole you want to come up on. It does take all 3 of those squares that Othig and what's his face? Filbert are in. So Filbert goes that way.
So how about from now on, Othig, you lead with your
Yeah. I was just thinking. Yeah.
Your spear out in front.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just use it as a poking stick and check for traps and whatnot. We will proceed cautiously from now on.
Okay.
It's weird that we don't do that from the start.
Nobody does until they get hit with the trap, and then everywhere you go for the next 3 games, it's check for traps. Check for traps. Check for them.
The funny thing is literally as you said, okay, you walk forward. I was like, can I check for traps? But they already fell in.
Yep.
I didn't even. No, never mind.
All right. You guys look like you got a couple of options here. Which way you want to go?
Which side did I get pushed up on, or where I got to choose?
Phil came up this side, so you can choose which side you want to come up on, but Phil came up on the far side.
I'm going to choose to the south.
Okay.
I'll go here so you can go down and check the further part, and I'll just guard dog this corner.
Okay, Filbert, you can see up into that hallway a little bit. It looks like there is a mural of some kind on the back wall. Othig, you peek down that way, and it looks like there's a mural at the end of that hallway as well.
A mural, like right there?
Yep, both of those hallways. The one above Filbert and the one below you.
We have 3 regular healing potions, right?
We just found one, so however many you guys had.
But didn't we have 3 from last week that our other party got?
I gave 2 to Othig, and then you have 3 minor healing potions.
He's talking about the reward one. You got a reward of 3 healing potions. This is correct, you did.
That
I've
gives us
got
5
2 potions
regular
of healing in my inventory right now, and I'm probably going to use them. Thanks, by the way, Mav.
No problem.
Who's got the healing potions?
You and Othig.
Yeah, I've got 2.
No, stop. I have your healing potions.
That's what I was saying. You have the ones I made.
He's talking about the regular ones.
Stop talking. I don't want you to talk anymore. The regular healing potions that we got as a reward, where are they?
They were never decided where they went.
Okay, thanks. So they're back home.
I
knew you were going to do that, and that's not the case. That's the reason I was talking over you, is I knew you were going to do that.
Do you know where they are?
No, I assume they would have gotten distributed.
Okay, great. Okay, Mav, you said you have 1?
I have 1
Okay.
that somebody can have.
It's probably better. Well, no, you keep it because you don't have any, right?
I have not used the healer's kit on myself yet today.
But if one of us need to be brought back to life, you can use the healing potion on one.
I could also use the healer's kit.
No, because we already have. Oh,
I
that's
can
right.
bring you to 1 health.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. All right. Well, either way, I say you keep it just in case.
Okay. Cool. Where are you going? What are you doing? You see, these guys can see 2 murals. You 2 are on the far side of the pit.
Can we cross the pit?
You do feel like you could maybe shimmy along the side.
I'd like to shimmy along the side.
Okay.
Do you want me to jump
Wait
in?
a second.
What?
Sorry, I just need to figure this out because I thought I was at more wounds than 2 after Mav healed me, but I don't know where it came from because I just randomly rolled, but that wasn't like for health. It's just a roll. So I don't know where that extra came off.
Did you accidentally type into it?
No.
You got
We're at
healed,
21.
and you got healed for 13.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I thought I had more wounds even after that heal for 13.
Yes,
And-
you were down to 21 health.
Yeah, so
21 wounds. So I
So-
don't know how you got, but you were at 21.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know either.
We'll just
Because
go
I
back to
didn't do
8.
anything yet.
Then you're at
You
8.
should be at 12 now.
Yeah. No, you healed him twice, didn't you? You healed him for 4, and then you healed him for 9.
Yeah, but that brought him down to 21.
That brought him down to 21. Got it.
So you should be at 12 right now.
Well, what the heck? What's changed now?
I changed that
I'm
for you.
seriously not changing this.
Gremlins.
I literally am not changing this. It just went from 2 to 21, and I didn't touch it.
Okay. I just said I did it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's okay. I almost didn't tell you again because it was really fun to watch you freak out. But
It's listening to a conversation.
yeah. So then you rolled your potion for another 9, so you can take 9 off your 21 to put yourself
I'm
at
gonna do that one more.
12. Filbert, what do you want to do?
Gilbert's sitting here waiting.
These guys shimmy across to the other side, so everybody's on this side now.
Because I don't have a pole to check for traps. And
Alright, so I'm going to proceed cautiously down the hallway with my pole arm checking for traps.
To the south or to the north?
No, to the south.
Okay. So you get a look in this room as you pass. There is multiple sets of stairs going up in 5-foot increments to levels above it. That's what you see there. The mural you see, it looks like it's a mountainside that looks like it's at the end of a battle, and there are bodies all over the place on this mountainside.
I vote not that way. Can we go? Does the mural above north of Tony look the same?
No, it's different. This mural looks like an army ascending a mountain. The mountain looks the same.
So the ones in the north, they're alive and moving up it.
Yep.
The other one is they're dead on it.
Yep. There are people standing at the top of the mountain, though. In the one where everybody's dead. It looks like the victors are at the top of the mountain.
Well, guys, do we want to attempt to climb the mountain?
Yeah, did you guys ever watch American Gladiators? I feel like this is part of that. So yeah, I definitely.
Sorry, what's the mural?
Which side are the dead people on, and which side are the living people on in the mural?
What do you mean?
Like, are all the people on the left side dead, and the people that survived the climb on the right?
Oh, so
Or
are you telling me you're looking for a pattern?
Yes.
Make an insight check.
Does anybody else have insight?
Oh yeah,
I do.
yeah,
But I'm
No,
out.
looks like-
yeah, you can do it to advantage.
Oh, nat 20. Yes, you're looking at it, and you're looking at the room and the way the ledging works, and you're looking at the cliffs in the murals, and they do definitely line up. You do feel like between the two murals, you're not sure what it's declaring, but there's definitely a correlation between the steps and the two murals, and you're very clear on the correlation. You're guessing that one is up, one is how you go up, and one is how you go down.
Okay.
Where's the other mural?
The one above Tony.
There's one above Tony and one above.
So should we get down that hallway and look
Oh,
at
shoot.
whatever's- oh,
Mav, make a perception check for me. That's good enough. Just good enough. As you go to check that mural in the north, you do spot several tiles on the floor there that look very suspicious, since you guys are now paying attention. So you avoid them.
We're going to mark those off as very suspicious tiles. You want to go check the rest of this hallway?
Yeah, I'm thinking we should just check the other hallway first before we decide to do anything with the steps.
I agree.
Maybe even the other doored area. Probably not, but just to be safe.
Okay, so you're going to go down this other hallway over here then?
Yep.
Yeah. Checking for traps.
Checking for traps. Let me reshare that so it's centered.
Overly cautious the next 3 games.
Yep. So you are checking for traps. Make perception checks for me, please. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
Tony, it's all to you.
Perception check, buddy.
I'm a dog. I have advantage on perception checks with smell or hearing.
Okay. Roll a perception check without advantage.
Dang it.
That's bad. That's actually not bad. It's +5. It's 15. You are all fairly certain in the area that you're purveying that there are no traps. Where would you like to go next?
So the mural to the north, what is it?
The mural to the north is an army is armies ascending the mountain. The mural to the south is the armies on the mountain dead.
I would like to ascend and descend that mountain, or ascend the mountain, using the murals as a map.
Right. Okay. You use the, but you're not sure. Like I said before, you definitely identified that these are a map for the steps, but the patterns are different. So you think one of them is up and one of them is down. You just don't know which one's which.
Oh, as in this could be the other half of the mountain?
Yes. No.
So
Like you feel like you have to go up the steps one way and down another way, and you're not sure which mural's the map for up or down.
and which one's down?
Yep. That's the old.
Figured out, and that's where he's putting the arrows right now. He's just gonna dog motions. I don't know. Because the ones to the mural to the north, they're alive. The mural to the south, they're dead. So he's just assuming the south side of the cavern is death. The other side's life.
Well, Mav already figured out that there's a pattern, and it's definitely not straight up or down. It meanders.
Yeah, it would be like you go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 2.
Yep.
And then the other one would be like down 1 over 3, whatever.
It would.
We don't know murals to find them.
You just need to figure out which of the two means which. One of them means up, and one of them one of them is how you go up, and one of them is how you go down, and you need to decide which is which.
Could I
Let's just
make
check the rest.
What
were you gonna say?
Could I make an intelligence check to see if I can figure that out?
No, he already rolled a nat 20 on his insight to figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Now it's just up to you guys as players as which ones you want to risk. Which is up, which is down.
So, everybody dead could mean that they went the wrong way. Thus, it would be the opposite direction. Or they're ascending the mountain, and that's the way to go up.
Yeah, make a choice.
So,
Can our choice be to check out the rest of the area first?
you can. What if that's dependent on this?
Why'd you have to add another element? Why you gotta do that? Anxiety-inducing jerk.
Okay. Where do you want to go next? Up that hallway? Do you want to
Ludwig
go
wants to go down the hallway.
the long hallway or the short hallway?
Short hallway.
Okay. Short hallway, you go down it, it turns into a room that looks like this.
The whole area is a trap.
There is a long pool of water on the floor here, and there are various niches carved into the walls at differing paces. There is a glowing light coming from the far end, the far niche, but you can't quite see what it is from where you're at.
You're saying it's right here?
Yep. Somewhere in that alcove there is a light glowing.
There's no, there's like nothing on the walls, no...
Make perception.
No words, no
Make
anything.
perception checks.
Okay.
Bad.
Do you guys remember when
Not
I
good.
died and I could still see everything?
Yeah, yes I do. Yes I do.
15 is our winner here. It does look like... Yeah, 15 is just right in the middle. It's a partial success, but it's not great. It looks like this stone right here is a little bit higher set, and so is this one over here than the ones right in front.
Hey, Phil. You want to go stand on one of these?
Yep.
Sure. Where am I going?
Phil's pretty big. He'd have to squeeze into that stone area.
Mav, maybe you and I should do it.
Okay.
Or
No, preferably
I mean-
not map.
Thanik and I can if you.
Matt would prefer that.
Okay. Or we can check the other hallway first. Just
Or we
give
can check the
everybody
other hallway
anxiety.
first.
What are you guys doing?
We're
Check the
going-
other hall?
we're going in here.
All right.
Stand right there. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Othig, when you get to your square, because yours was closer, nothing happens. However, Thanak, when you get to that square, the wall pushes itself out and attempts to push you into the pool.
I freaking knew it.
And I need you to make a dexterity check as...
This thing is like a zipper. Dexterity check?
saving throw. So no, it's not good. You guys watch as Thanik hits the water, and the water turns to glass above him, and he's currently trapped under the water, and he looks like he doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
So this is a skill challenge. We have entered into a skill challenge. You guys have to decide what to do to get him out. You have 4 rounds before he drowns.
I know what I want to do.
What do you want? Phil goes right out on it. Maybe we should let's roll initiative for this so we can make choices in order rather than overtalk each other. So Phil, I'm going to put you back for now until initiative comes through. Okay. Othig, you are up first.
Okay, so while I like the idea of just walking across the glass and getting to the other side,
Yeah.
I feel like that's cheating. So I'm just gonna say that. What I don't know that this is right, but what I want to do is have someone take my spot. I want to run onto the spot that Thanik was on. Now that I saw how it works, I want to use my dexterity in such a way so as to be purposely pushed off, but jump to the next alcove.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that when we activate that, it's going to hopefully unturn that stuff to glass so that he can crawl himself out.
Okay. So you run over here, and it does go to push you out, and so now you need to make a leap.
Yeah, so because I'm like, is this at advantage or just regular still?
This is still regular,
Okay.
so make a dexterity check for me. This is acrobatics. No, that's athletics. You can use athletics to make a jump.
I'll definitely use athletic. I will.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. So you fall face down on... Not face down. You hit the top of the glass, and you are laying on top of the glass there. You did not succeed in making it across. And that's going to be your turn. Filbert.
Filbert is gonna pounce on this thing like a fox trying to get into a hole, like this,
Wait,
Okay.
it's still glass though?
like that. That's what Phil does.
Okay, make your attack roll on it.
It didn't turn back to water, it just stayed glass.
It stayed glass, and Thanik is still trapped underneath it.
Phil looks like Wile E. Coyote.
10 is enough to hit the glass. It is just
I
enough.
did it.
You did it. So roll damage on it. Oh, that's great. You did 5 damage to the glass.
That's what Phil will intend on doing until it breaks.
Okay.
Mike, can Othig make a comment to the group?
Yeah.
Look for another switch.
Matt will first switch.
If we can walk on top of this now and it's not changing back, then maybe one of these other ones is still raised. So
Matt's gonna walk down here.
Okay. There is a small glowing orb sitting in a pedestal right around the corner from you. So Phil did that. Thanak. Oh, Thanak, what do you want to do?
Hold my breath.
Hit it with your flail.
I kind of feel like that will be considered cheating.
You feel like this water is trying. You've been in water before. Those few times a year you take a bath. You feel like this water is trying to push into your face, almost like it's attacking you.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll try to attack the glass.
Okay.
Is that a disadvantage or anything?
It is at disadvantage as you're underwater. But the armor class is only 10, so it's not hard to hit. But swinging that flail underwater is just real hard. Real hard.
The dog did better than you.
Mav, so you run down there. You peek around that corner, and you do see that globe in the pedestal that's glowing. It's very bright.
Can I grab it?
Not from where you're at. Was that all your movement?
That was my movement, but it wasn't my... I only used my movement. I haven't used an...
Okay. If you want to use your action and bonus action combined to only move 5 more feet, yeah, you can try and grab it.
I will attempt to grab it.
Okay. You grab it. It's warm to the touch, but it's not hot. And I need you to make a strength check to try and rip it out of here.
Oh. I got it, guys.
No. That's a 3. So, no. This thing does not want to come out. And we're
Yell, it's heavy, guys.
We're back to Othig. Othig, what do you want to do?
Okay, well, I mean, I know what the plates, like, for switches kind of look like, right?
You don't get the impression that these were switches. It's just... It's a different style of flooring, probably to allow the sliding of the... Oh, excuse me, the walls there.
Oh, okay. Does anything look different about the one that's right in front of me?
No, it looks the same as the one that flung off you.
Like, I would get the impression that I could step on it and it would do something?
Maybe?
Okay, well, I'm going to use 5 feet of movement to walk into it then.
Okay, it doesn't do anything.
And then I'm going to go to the next one.
The one over where Phil is?
Yep.
Okay, nothing.
I'm going to dash to get to the next one.
Okay. Nothing.
And I can still get to the next one.
All right, nothing happens. I think that's all of it.
Nope, I can get 60 to get right next to Mav.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Filbert, you're up. Filbert bites the glass.
I'm bouncing with my face.
Okay. So you do another 13 damage to the
Should
glass.
not break that glass. I feel like that's a really bad idea.
Thanak, you're up.
I mean, I'm kind of panicking, so I kind of agree that in the long run we probably shouldn't break this glass, but I'm kind of panicking.
Yeah.
Try to break the glass.
No, you hit it.
I do hit it.
Yep. It's easy to hit. It's glass. All right. So the glass starts to crack and fracture. And then it's Mav's turn.
Fracturing.
But he's not present.
I think his intention was to try and pull the orb off again.
Since I'm right next to him, can I help him this round?
Well, he can actually help you. That wouldn't be a bad idea if Mav would help Othig. It gives him advantage since you're up next.
Yeah, or can he just hold Yeah, can we just do that together?
You guys can't. Here's the weird thing about that. If you were in some place where you could get around it, I would say yes. But you can't both simultaneously occupy that square and commit an action.
Okay.
So
Does Andy have guidance? Did he take that?
I don't know. I can check real quick. Oh, he's back. So
Mav, you're up.
Okay.
Hey, buddy. You should move out of there so that I can get in there.
yeah.
I love how agreeable you are. Yeah.
Okay. Step over to here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wave at Panic.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I can attempt to bludgeon it with my quarterstaff.
You sure can. It's not hard to
What
hit.
could he do though?
Oh, dude, you should not do that.
Ryan is
-1.
panicked about this glass. I love it. Strength check. Okay, so here's what happens, Ryan. You pull it out, and there's a force trying to pull it back. As you pull it out, the glass disappears. Filbert falls under, and then the force pulls the orb right back into that socket, and the glass reforms. But Thanak was able to get a breath in while that happened.
Oh, good.
So
Mav is gonna yell, brother, we lost another one.
So Filbert, I'm gonna move you up here.
I made it in! I have accomplished my goal!
I'm gonna tell Mav to. Okay, so he can't help me with the orb, but can he help me with me? Like once I get it to like pull on me, can we have him hold his action so that we can like try to move away with this thing? Now that we know what's gonna kind of happen.
I want to interrupt.
Can I wrap a rope?
Where he'll be standing is over the water.
Listen, I don't care about that. I already anticipated that. I don't care.
Now you're gonna have all three of us underneath.
Right, but if
No,
the ball
if we
goes in,
keep
it
it
gets
out.
stuck under the water too.
No, if we keep it out, it's gonna be open water. No more.
Yeah,
glass.
but he's gonna fall in.
Oh, I have an idea, but wait, do I poof?
But if he falls,
Oh.
Surprising.
Yeah, make a roll for that, because that would definitely shock you. Nope.
That's not enough.
All right, Othig, it's your turn, isn't it? No, you yanked it, and that's what happened. So Phil, you're under the water.
I'm gonna pounce the other way?
Yeah, you could definitely push off the bottom of the pool and torpedo yourself up towards the.
Pounce?
Oh yeah, you hit the glass. That's exactly how this started last time.
I'm Wile E. Coyote. That's what I am. I am Wile E. Coyote the giant.
right. Thanik, you're up.
Would I have seen that Othig?
Probably not. You're at the other end of the pool. He's around a corner.
So I just saw that it flickered. I got some breath, and then
Yep.
Then Phil fell on you.
yeah, then Phil fell on me. Frick. All right.
Nice.
Jeez. Well, the glass is only wounded, so I'm not super stressed now.
I thought it was heavy before. Oh, is that because it?
It reset.
Oh, it reset. Great.
Ah, yes. Mav, what are you doing?
Okay.
I was so proud of this room when I created it in my brain.
Do this.
Okay.
And then he wants to wrap Othig with a rope,
Okay.
Good
like
idea.
around him.
Mm-hmm.
Go to that solid
Yep.
spot.
You can easily loop a rope around him.
And then he's going to finish his turn right there.
Okay.
You
Don't
see
pull too
what
hard,
Phil
or
did.
I'm gonna cut him in half.
Othig.
Before I go, how I pulled this thing out before, but like, what is this thing set in?
It's set in a stone pillar. It's small. It's like a stand, really.
Like the eye one, or not like that one?
It's not like that one. This one's more decorative.
Okay.
But it is fixed to the ground. It's kind of carved right out of the side of the rock is a better way to describe it.
This is not something that could be broken because it's not like a freestanding pole or anything?
Correct.
Okay, so I can't bash it.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm just going to try to attempt to pull this thing out again.
All right. Give me a strength. An athletics check. Or a strength check. No, it's not athletics. No. Nope. 11's not enough. You don't even get it out of the socket. Filbert, you are at disadvantage when you make these attacks, so don't forget that, because you're under the water.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's
I missed the glass.
you bang against it, but you're just not making enough momentum to get there. Thanak. Oh, that 20 dropped. That's too bad.
Or is it?
Oh, that's another good 12 points of
There we
damage.
go.
All right, the glass starts to crack and splinter again. Mav.
Mav is going to prepare an action to pull the rope as Othig pulls on the stone.
All right. Othig.
Does that give advantage?
No.
Okay.
All right. Oh, no. Othig, you pull it out, and it's just shoots right back out of your hand and lands back in the fixture.
What?
And the glass opens and reheals. Boys, you have your breath back, though.
How much does a breath last for? 4 rounds?
4 rounds. That's how long it'll take the water to start pushing its way into your lungs.
Othig,
Who's got the bag of holding?
Filbert does.
Frick.
Yep.
should we just see if we can destroy the glass one round?
What's that?
Should we see if we can destroy the glass and see what that does?
I mean, I don't know.
They got 4 rounds. Also, would a sledgehammer do more damage to the glass than a quarterstaff would?
I would definitely allow the bludgeoning sledgehammer to double the damage of a sledgehammer, which I would. You have a sledgehammer?
Does
Well,
siege damage.
yeah, we have a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I know you have a sledgehammer.
Yeah, look at my inventory.
I'd say that a sledgehammer on the glass would do 2d6 if you hit with it. So.
That was my attack last round in Discord.
Filbert, it is your turn.
I'm gonna do it again. Oh, sorry, disadvantage.
Yep,
I did it.
you hit it. So
I
roll.
bite it for 7 damage.
All right, Thanak, you're up. You're getting real tired of this.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, next level I would have been real happy down here.
Max damage. You are whooping on this glass. Mav, you're up.
Mav is going to take out the sledgehammer and give it to Othig.
Okay, you pass it over to Othig.
And then he's going to go back to his spot. Would
You
that
want me
be
to-
an action, or can he swing his quarterstaff?
You can pass it off as a bonus action, so you may not swing your quarterstaff. No,
And that is why I handed it up.
Huh.
Othig, you're up.
You want me to break this glass? Is that it?
Oh yeah,
I want you to
that's-
break the glass. Come on,
Okay.
that 20. Let's do it.
I can't think of what else to do. So I'm gonna walk over,
Gonna walk over. Just gonna go for a stroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a stroll. So I'm gonna position myself at the piece of glass adjacent from Thanak, so I can break the one that's right over him that he's trying to attack. Does that make sense?
Just put yourself where you're going on the map. I mean, move.
Show you, 'cause I'll still be hidden, but
Oh, you're going there. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that
I
makes
wanna
sense.
hit the one that's right next to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanak's trying to get out.
Yep.
Alright. I have a sledgehammer now.
Yeah, so you can roll 2d6 damage.
Okay.
That'll hit. So 2d6 plus your strength. Nice. So another 10 damage. The glass is fracturing pretty badly. I can't hear anybody. Is anybody talking?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
It got super quiet.
Is that a heavy weapon?
It is a heavy weapon.
I get to roll a butt swing with that.
It's not a pole arm. It's, yeah.
It's only pole arms.
That is only pole. And I wasn't going to let you use your butt swing on the glass anyways, so. So statistically, the sledgehammer is a better go with you right now. Filbert.
Filbert is going to use his action to prepare to push Thanak out if the glass goes away again.
Okay.
That's what Filbert the dog is going to use his turn for. So I'm just underneath Thanak, and I'm going to put my nose up his boot, and I'm just going to scoot him out.
All right. So Thanak, that comes to your turn.
Okay.
You will wail on it again.
So irritated with this glass.
5 more points of damage. Mav. Oh, you're real quiet, buddy.
You're muffled. Your mic is not very big.
I swung at it and missed.
That is like your third 3 this round. All right, so you guys have 2 rounds left before you guys run out of air. Othig.
We should have 3 more, right?
No, this is
your second one.
Start
Of the third. This is the start of the third round. Drop that hammer. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's enough. The glass shatters. Filbert shoves Thanak up out of it. Othig falls in, but it does not come back. Othig, you are now wet. That was...
I was surprised you didn't move off of the glass, but...
Yep, Thanak climbing out. You guys can easily climb out of this pool. The whole glass shattered and disappeared. And as a matter of fact, it didn't even... There's not even glass in the water. It basically turned back into water.
Can we get everybody out?
Phil.
Okay.
Phil is shaking off.
Yes.
I'm glad you realized what was
move
happening
back
out
to
there.
the end of the pool and go towards the pedestal.
You're going to swim to the far end of the pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hand the sledgehammer out of the pool to Thanak?
Sure. I'll put it right up on the ledge there.
Perfect.
So you're not under duress or anything, and you have plenty of time to now monkey with this thing. You give it every ounce of muscle you possibly have, and you cannot dislodge this orb from the pedestal. You get close, and even you try the rope trick. You get your tools in there, and it. Does anybody got a crowbar you'd like to use on it?
We do.
It breaks the crowbar when it snaps back into there.
So I have a question. When is it like the orb or whatever it is actually coming off of the pedestal? But
What-
then it gets sucked right back in?
Yes, what Othig notices as you guys try this multiple times is the further it gets away from the pedestal, the harder it is to hold on to. So it's not real hard to pull it out, but you can't get anywhere with it. It gets more than 2 feet away, and it's like thousands of pounds pulling it back to the pedestal.
Would this
Okay,
be a
so-
really bad idea to quickly like put the bag of holding in between it, so when it sucks it back, it sucks it right into the bag?
That's what I was thinking of, but I'm not sure that. Like, thinking about it now, I'm not sure that this is like a thing you solve so much as a thing you try to get out of.
If we do that,
Like,
we totally let it go on the other side of some other wall and see what happens.
Gosh, no.
Dude.
I think, like, this isn't. I'm not sure that this is like a key to something else. I think it's just. I think it's something that stays here. I don't know that we take it with us.
What would happen?
Really?
What would happen if we did this? We put it in the bag of holding, and then when the Minotaur says that we're cheating, we get in between the Minotaur.
He can hear you. He can hear you. He can hear you. Stop it. He can hear you.
What,
Right in his head.
what happens? What happens when we put this thing in the bag of holding and all the planes implode?
Stop it. Stop it.
It won't be our problem.
Yeah, we'll be dead.
Mike,
No
we
our problem.
have a tinker amongst us who is already playing with the electric box on the other side of this other thing. Is this magnetic?
No, you can actually see the magical energy yanking it back.
Is it like the magical energy from the chest?
No, it's
I
different.
thought you were gonna say, is it like the magical?
No, the Mormons know all about that.
Okay. I want to go to the mountain. And I'm going to use the ascending as what you do the way up, and the descending as the dead people the way down.
Okay.
I realize it's 10 to 10.
It is 10 to 10.
Oh Jesus!
This, you guys, puzzles, man. They're the bane of your existence. They're fun, but you guys debate them a lot. I didn't expect to still be here. So that's how you do it. When you get to the top of those stairs, stepping out from the wall are 5 animated suits of armor, all with heavy crossbows. They salute you, and they step to the side, and they pass you. What do they pass you?
Wait, what just happened? I just missed what happened.
Andy just went and did the stair room, and he used the up mountain to go up and the dead mountain to come down, and he succeeded. It worked. So, and some animated armor give you a fixture that looks like it would fit that circle.
Oh.
What circle?
The orb. It looks like the orb would sit in this fixture.
The room that we're trying to
okay.
figure out what to do with.
And Matt's going to take that up to that room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can attempt to remove it now.
Okay. It has been several minutes. As you go into the pool, the glass comes back. Now, I'm not going to make you break it again, because you could obviously have displayed you can break the glass within significant amount of rounds. So the glass comes back. Mav is trapped under it with this fixture. He just has this angry look on his face, like, you guys did this to me. That's what he looks like. You get him out, then you get over to where the orb is, and are you gonna try and scoop it up with it? What are you gonna do with it?
I'm going to hand it off to Old Thing Panic.
Okay. That does not help Othig. After he pulls it off, he tries to put the orb in it. That doesn't seem to be exactly what you need to do.
Can you put it on top of it? Like
Nope.
while it's in the pedestal?
Yeah, no. You monkey around with it, try a bunch of different stuff. And it definitely fits, and it seems to fit perfect, but it's not... It doesn't get the orb out of the pedestal. Yep.
Is the orb on top of the circle?
No matter which way you try it, the orb fits, but it doesn't cancel out the magic that sucks the orb back to the pedestal.
Okay.
Can we go up to the top and see where Phil and them are?
Yeah, of course. Oop, no. Shoot, hold on. fixing something. There we go. So you guys see a hallway down here. And then you following that hallway, I'm assuming?
Yep.
You walk into a room that has 4 statues all holding mirrors. What are you laughing at?
Like, nope, and then just walk out.
The mirrors are pointed at the wall.
They are.
Some of them are.
2 of them, the north and south one, are pointed at the wall. The other 2 are pointed not into the room, but
Can the statues be moved at all, like turned?
make a perception check as you go to examine them. Absolutely. You're looking at this. I'd even let you make a tinkering check as a follow-up because it's a mechanical structure that these things are standing on. Yeah, you are monkeying with this, and I need another perception check from you. Sorry, I can explain everything. Okay, so this is all that you pick up on this. These things will rotate 360 degrees. At the base of one of them is it looks like there's slots that will fit that thing that you got from the stair room. The movable pedestal looks like it could be fixed to any one of these mirrors. And while you're looking at it, you realize that in the reflection's really weird. It flickers and sometimes it looks one way and the room kind of shifts and changes. You focus in on it a little bit and you realize that there is a pattern on the floor. But you can only see it in the mirrors.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna move some of them. I'll move them all, but I want to look to see if the pattern is the same in each of the mirrors.
It is. You can make another perception check for me. You could have swore you saw something else in there for just a moment, but it's not there. The pattern is the same in all the mirrors. It looks like it zigzags this way, then down, then over, and then up. And at the end of that wall, there is a little sun symbol right next to where your token is.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll turn the mirror so that if like the sun beam of the little token thing is creating a direct line of sight. Does that make sense?
You just want to follow the pattern.
Yeah. So, but where do you want the point of origin of the beam to be?
I'll start with the sun beam that's up here. You said, right? There was a little icon of a sun right up here.
Yep, there is.
So let's start. Let's have this be the origin, and if that doesn't work, then let's have this be the end of it.
Okay. So you have, and you also have the pedestal you got from the stair rooms that looks like it could attach to any one of these mirrors.
Yeah, to the end one.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
So you want
the last one.
Yeah.
that one?
Yes.
Okay. It fits right in, but there's no light source.
And if we turn them all so that they're bouncing that way?
Yep. And it doesn't look like it does anything. Thanak, make one more perception check for me. Nope.
Is there anything to the north here, Mike? In this hallway that I'm
Oh yeah, you can peek around. It goes down a bit here. And then turns south. You're pretty sure it connects down over there.
Is there the sun symbol? Is there anything? Is it the same size as the orb or whatever? Is it the...
It's much larger than the orb, but it's not big. It's maybe a foot around, and the orb is about 4 inches.
And it doesn't fit inside it at all?
Nope. Well, you don't know. You don't have the orb. It's still stuck in that pedestal back there.
No, I meant the... Oh, yeah. That is a light. That is light. We need that.
You got to figure out how to do it quick. Ryan's about to die. He's got his glasses off. Unless something really funny happens again, he's over. Sleepy time has hit Ryan.
It's been bad for a while, man.
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm like trying to solve stuff while rubbing my head.
Yeah.
You said the sphere attaches to any one of these things with the
The portable pedestal that Andy got in the stair room can attach to any of the mirrors. Thanak figured out the pattern, and you've adjusted the mirror so that the beam will move along the pattern.
But there's no beam.
But there's no beam because you do not have a light source.
Can I cast Sacred Flame?
No, that might be cheating.
Everything is cheating.
Yeah.
Cast light in.
There's just a symbol of a light source against the wall where...
Right where Thanak is. Yep. It would actually be right there.
It's just a symbol of a light source?
No, it would be here. Yep. It's a picture of a sun, which is unusual because you haven't seen a lot of pictures on the walls here.
There's no like buttons or anything behind it?
Nope.
Is there a light switch?
Can we put the pedestal thing right next to that or in that?
No, there's no place to attach it there.
Bill's just starting bonfires. He turns out of wolf form to dog form, and he's just going to set everything on fire.
You started a light?
It's the only light source he has.
Okay. You start a light in this room, and I need you all to roll initiative for next week. We're going to stop here as a creature appears in the middle of the room. And you've never seen anything like this because I made it up myself.
2 weeks out is where we'll pick this up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is it at? This thing.
So, to answer the question in Discord, we will not have an extra week of downtime.
Well, you'll still get some downtime because you only travel. It's expected that you travel 8 to 12 hours a day. You still have time before you sleep. You only need to sleep 8 hours. So we can accumulate half downtime. But yeah, you guys see this thing appear in the middle of the room. And when it does, Thanak, you go, oh, I saw that thing in the mirror, but I thought it was just a weird reflection, as a mirror golem forms in the middle of the room.
Whoa, it's T-1000.
No, it's made of mirrors.
It is made of mirrors.
Alright, you guys have a wonderful night.
Yep.
You too, man.
I'll leave you guys here, and I'll see you next week. 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm so upset because I'm not a hyena and we're entering combat, and I will now wasted mana.
Alright.
Good job, man.
Alright.